You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What it do, kings and queens, brethren and sistren, ladies and gentlemen, amigos, mi amigas, ladies and lads, boys and girls. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Let's get right to it, man. What's good? What's good? What's good? Yes, get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hit this roll call, man. Shout out to my guy Al Booger in the building, man. Big member in the building. Good to see my boy Al Booger, man. Always good to see my boy Al Booger, man. Shout out to all the members too, man. And also too, man, shout out to Oster and everybody else, man. You know, all the members that renew their membership, whether I'm online or offline, you know what I'm saying, whether I'm live or the show is ended, you know, I appreciate that, man. Definitely doesn't go under the radar, man. So I appreciate that, appreciate that. Now, before we get to it, man, don't forget to smack that like button, of course. But even more importantly than that, man, join me in prayer. Please join me and bow your heads. Let's give thanks to the Most High. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for bringing us into this Wednesday, into this hump day, you know, and we ask that you continue to protect us in your greatness and in your embrace, and keep us focused on whatever our mission is, you know, and hopefully our mission has something to do with you and praising you and spreading your good name and your glory to the masses. But also too, don't let us get distracted by the things of the world, especially those things that are secular, because they can distract you and affect you negatively, Lord. So we ask you that you keep us focused, that you keep us goal oriented, and also keep us, you know, aware of the things that you protect us from, even if we're unaware of it, Lord. So we give you all the glory. We thank you for your forgiveness of our sins and the cleansing of our sins. And we ask you that you lead us forward into the rest of the week in a glorious fashion. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. So let's get right to it, man. We have a lot of things to talk about as far as what's been going on. So, of course, the interview that's making the most rounds, of course, is from none other than Trill Bill and Cigar Talk. You know, we got my boy Trill Bill on Cigar Talk, man. I thought it was a good interview. I watched it. I didn't really think it was anything new that I didn't really hear anything that I didn't know before, except for one big thing. And that is the fact that Sugar Shane Mosley is training Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Now, that was a bombshell, because I personally didn't know that. You know, they're up there in Big Bear, and that's dope, man. You know, that's one thing I always admire about Bill Haney, man. You can say whatever you want about Bill Haney. You can say that he talks too much, or he's too loud, or he lies a lot. He definitely be capping quite a bit. But you can say all these things, but one thing I could always give him credit for, you know, and that's the fact that he's always been open to bringing new people in and getting new voices. You know what I'm saying? So of course he's training Devin, of course, but the fact that he's willing to bring in other people to get other voices and other people's experiences and other people's tutelage. You know, he never seems to have an ego when it comes to getting help from other fighters that he thinks will benefit his son. Well, okay, I'll say, let me rephrase that. He doesn't have an ego with many people, unless it's Floyd. Unless it's Floyd Mayweather. But to me, that's not really ego tripping. That's just, you know, obviously they have some type of beef going on there or whatever, you know, and their history that's not always they're not always on the best of terms. But as far as bringing in people in and getting new voices and getting and getting new knowledge, you know, he always does that, man. I think Sugar Shane Mosley is a good addition. Obviously, he's a Hall of Fame fighter, and he has a lot of experiences under his belt. Not only does he have the facility that he can extend to Devin Haney and stuff like that he will benefit from with the higher altitude as far as breathing and stamina goes and endurance, but it also you know, Sugar Shane Mosley has had a couple hard fights, you know, that he had to bounce back from. And whether you think Devin Haney lost or not, I mean, he didn't lose. There's no contest, but we saw what happened. And whether you think that it impacts him negatively or still sticking with him or not, it's always good to have people that go through similar experiences. They could try to give you the blueprint on what worked for them. Everybody's different individually, but, you know, with Sugar Shane Mosley getting some losses and going through some tough periods, you know, I think that this will help him bounce back. I think Devin Haney's going to bounce back fine, man. I always thought he was going to bounce back fine. I definitely think that he has some demons that he has to conquer, because whenever you do get beat down like that, it's going to leave an effect on you, because I'm sure that he would have thought that PEDs or not, nobody could beat him down like that in the manner that Ryan Garcia did, you know, but it did come at the use of PEDs, and it was wrong, you know, and this is coming from somebody who put money on Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney. I don't want anybody to lose because of somebody else cheating them, you know. That's the difference between this channel and most channels, man, and most people in general. Like, I don't think people really realize how much I like boxing. Like, there's some people that I like more than others, but there's nobody that I'm like really rooting against unless they do something usually outside the ring, like Ryan Garcia with his racism, blatant racism, and Teofimo with their blatant racism. But other than that, I don't really see myself as rooting against people too much. I really just root for one person or two people more. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for example, I wasn't rooting against Devin Haney when I was rooting for Ryan Garcia. I just root for Ryan Garcia more. If Devin Haney would have won, I would not have been upset. You see what I'm saying? Or and the fact that Ryan Garcia, even though I put money on him, the fact that he cheated, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, he didn't cheat because I don't like Devin Haney. He was going to lose anyway. No, he cheated. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I have no real reason to deny that fact. You know what I'm saying? Even with Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, I'm a big Gervonta Tank Davis fan, but I'm a boxing fan more. And when he took the knee, he should have had his points deducted. I'm not going to say otherwise because I like Tank and I don't like Lamont Roach. No, Lamont Roach fought a hell of a fight, and if he would have got those points and he would have won, I would not have been mad at Lamont Roach. I don't even understand that emotion. Like, why are people trying to live vicariously through these fighters? Like, just sit your behind back, have a Coke and a smile, and relax and watch the fights and enjoy it. You don't have to demonize or villainize one of the fighters. They don't know you. You don't know them. You see what I'm saying? But that's how people are, man. The majority of people are just soft, weak mentality, a bunch of sheep. You know what I'm saying? They just, they hear one person that doesn't like the person, and that person may have a lot of followers or a lot of likes, so automatically they don't like them either. Like, you would think that these fighters slept with y'all wives or something, or your daughters or your mamas or something like that, or maybe your boyfriend. You never know, because the way y'all be acting, maybe your husband, you feel like they slept with. But yeah, I just never understood that. I never understood having that much extreme emotion for strangers. You know what I'm saying? But was I going for Ryan Garcia? Absolutely. Prior to the Devin fight, like I said, I thought stylistically it was a good matchup, and it was something that Devin Haney has not been accustomed to as of late, right? As of late, going into that fight, he's either had some type of significant advantage in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Either it was as a size advantage, a physical advantage, or it was a strength advantage, or it was a youth advantage, and with Ryan Garcia, he didn't have any of those things. And then not to mention the familiarity they had stemming from their amateur background, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought Ryan Garcia was a good matchup for him. And I thought I was right up until, the guy tested positive. So it is what it is. And speaking about testing positive now, I was so glad that Bill Haney got into the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? He explained the lawsuit during that great interview with Cigar Talk. And this is why I said I didn't really hear anything news, because I've already said this. I love when I say stuff, chat, and people are like, oh, Doc, you tripping. And then just to hear the same person say, just to hear another person say it that's closer to the actual situation. And then people are like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Bitch, I said that a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And why do people even have to say this? So when Bill Haney was discussing the infamous lawsuit against Devin Haney, that was asked by Cigar Talk and Najee from Cigar Talk, Bill Haney made a great point. He said, man, it's not Devin Haney, the fighter, that's suing Ryan Garcia. He said it's Devin Haney Promotions, as in DHP, the business, meaning that it was headed by him and not Devin Haney. And it's so crazy, because I said this a long time ago, bro. I said, that Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, you know how many lawsuits they have? You know how many lawsuits Ryan Garcia's in? You know how many lawsuits Jake Paul's in? You know how many lawsuits Frank Warren in, and Eddie Hearn? And if it was the other way around, you don't think that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy would have sued Devin Haney? Of course they would have. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny, because people bring up all these other fighters and all these other facilities that they've been in. Like I don't remember what I was watching the other day, and they were talking about Steve Cunningham and his gym. And you know what's crazy about Steve Cunningham? Steve Cunningham and his team, they sued Antonio Tarver and their team when Antonio Tarver tested positive for PEDs. That's crazy, right? It's just so funny that like people act like Devin Haney's the first person to pioneer this type of behavior. No, anytime there's an infraction, you got to look at it as a business. This is not the hood. This is not the block. This is not the street. So I know a lot of people try to associate your skin complexion or where you're from or your nationality with how you should conduct yourself in business. But it is business, and you should use every resource and tool to protect yourself, especially in the business aspect. So I don't have a problem with him having a lawsuit. In fact, I don't think that he should back away for the lawsuit, but I understand that according to them, which he confirmed, that in order for them to have the lawsuit, they put that offer on the table that, that they will wipe away the lawsuit if they have the rematch, which Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia both have been reluctant to have, and I'm saying that, oh, they don't need to have the rematch, blah, 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 blah. And, but they're going to have the rematch now, and we'll see assuming that he beats Jose Carlos Ramirez and Ryan Garcia beats Rolly Romero, then I think they should have the rematch regardless, but I think in order to have it, I think Devin Haney has to win, not really so much Ryan Garcia has to win, and unfortunately that's just how it is, because if Devin Haney loses again, then people are going to say what he shot, so I think that's just what it is and how it's going to be. So I do think that they're both going to win, though. I think Ryan Garcia is going to beat Rolly, even though I'm rooting for Rolly. And I think Devin Haney is going to beat Jose Carlos Ramirez. I like both those fighters, but I think it's more important for Devin Haney to win. So I'm definitely rooting for Devin Haney to bounce back, man. We got my guy Oscar Perez in the building. What's good, my brother? Yes, sir, man. What's good, Cloister? But yeah, so I just think that with this lawsuit and stuff like that, man, I just thought it was a great way for him to explain it. He's like, no, man, Devin Haney Promotions that are suing, but I don't even think you have to go into all that. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? People, that's the thing about people, man. People are always gonna say something. People are always gonna be judgmental. They're always gonna be critical, and you know what that means? That means they're watching you. So make sure you keep them watching. You know what I'm saying? Bill Haney has a great attitude in regards to that. But I just think that people. Of course, we're all human, so things will get to us. But at the same time, we have to remember that no matter what you do, people are going to talk trash. Jerron Boots Ennis just unified against Edmonton Stanionis, and he said he wants to pursue Undisputed. And people are saying that he's wasting his time pursuing Undisputed. Let me repeat that again. The man, Jerron Boots Ennis, says he wants to obtain Undisputed, which is the best, the biggest, the most decorated achievement or accomplishment most respected accomplishment in boxing. He said he wants to pursue undisputed, and people are discouraging him from doing that.
What?
I've never seen that in my life. From fighters to commentators to fans to whoever, they're telling this man not to pursue undisputed, and he could do it. If he feels like he could do it, why wouldn't you do it? They're saying, oh, well, there's nobody in the 147-pound division. There's nobody recognizable. I'm pretty sure that Brian Norman Jr. and Mario Barrios have a bigger name than Marlon Tapales. It's somebody who Naya Inoue fought to get undisputed. No one discouraged him from getting undisputed at 118 or 122. Why are we discouraging fighters from getting undisputed? I'm pretty sure that Mario Barrios has been in the ring with more decorated and celebrated and more historical fighters than Maris Bradis, right? That's a guy that Alexander Usyk beat at cruiserweight to get undisputed. No one discouraged him from getting undisputed at cruiserweight. Why are we discouraging fighters from getting undisputed? Because we don't know the guys, or we don't want to be patient, and we want to throw these guys into positions that they're not ready for. When I say that Jaron Boots is not ready to go to 154, I'm not saying because he can't handle the competition. I'm saying he's not ready because he doesn't need to be. If he can make the weight at 147, do y'all not realize that he's an IBF champion? IBF is the hardest sanctioning body to make weight in. If you could make weight in the IBF, that means you're good at that weight class. Because if you're in the IBF in a sanctioning body, or especially a champion, then that means that you have the strictest weight limitation as far as adhering to the 147-pound limit. So why are we telling this guy who's never had a problem making weight yet, besides your selfish desires, why are we telling him that it's wrong to go for undisputed? I just never understood it. But anyway, the point that I'm saying is that no matter what you do, because you would think that going for undisputed would be celebrated and encouraged and appreciated, no, it's being looked down upon. So that's my point. So even with Bill Haney, when he's coming down and explaining, oh, why I'm doing a lawsuit, if you don't understand that somebody using PEDs is illegal, if you don't understand that people get suspended for that, if you don't understand that that is grounds for a lawsuit, then you're not going to understand nothing. So why are you wasting your time explaining to these goofies? You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm working on as well myself. You know, it's like shout out to my guy Oscar Perez. You know, he always tells me, he says, Doc, it don't matter how people interpret what you say. It just matters how you put it out there. I can only control what I say. I can't control how people receive it. You know what I'm saying? And people will twist your words and manipulate the situation that benefits them, and they will say something completely from what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? And just to make their point and appease them. So you got to let people do what they do. But yeah, I think the lawsuit is I think it's definitely justified. You know, Miguel Cotto tried to go through a lawsuit from Antonio Margarito. He just didn't have sufficient evidence, regardless of what Gabriel Rosado and any other idiot that doesn't recollect, that doesn't have the proper recollection when it comes to history, even though it's not that long ago history, right? It's very recent. But no matter what they tell you about Miguel Cotto being gangster, who's one of my favorite fighters, they tried to make it seem like he was just ready to fight Margarito again. No, he refused to fight Margarito again. In fact, he wanted Margarito banned everywhere. And this is all documented, and I showed this before. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how many times people try to revisit that situation and try to make it seem like Miguel Cotto lost, and it was like, oh, let's run it back. No, bitch. The rematch took 3 years. The reason why the rematch took 3 years is because he didn't want to do it. And he tried to use that photo evidence in order to get him banned. But it wasn't sufficient enough evidence, which is why Margarito didn't get banned. He wasn't found guilty until Sugar Shane Mosley fought him. And Nazim Richardson, the late great Nazim Richardson, rest in peace, he's the one that discovered that Margarito was cheating. And then we just assumed that he also cheated in Miguel Cotto. I think he cheated, but it was never proven. Oscar, was it ever proven? Oh, but we run with that because we like Miguel Cotto. But when we don't like somebody could actually fail a test and we'll pretend like it doesn't matter. But you're going to incriminate somebody because of a photo of red tint. Fuck out of here, bro. People want to believe what they want to believe, so you got to let them. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to my guy Apollo, man. He said, I just don't want Boots to get stalled out for years like Bud did. I feel that. But we'll see if it does. We'll see if he does get stalled out. I mean, give him a chance, right? So Boots is a young guy. Well, he's 27, if I'm not mistaken. He's 34-0. And let's look at it, right? This is why I was advocating for him to go to Matchroom, and this is why I think Matchroom is good, and it behooves the fighters that are having trouble getting fights, like Shakur Stevenson, like Jaron Boots, even though they're American, and Eddie Hearn is and Matchroom is a English-based promotional company. I think it's good for them because Matchroom's business model is what? They're gonna have a lot of shows and it's gonna keep you busy. And let's be honest, Matchroom has had 3 fights with Jaron Boots in this, and 3 of those fights, one was a mandatory. Really, I know one's considered a voluntary, but really 2 of them are mandatories. Because remember, the first fight was supposed to be against Cody Crowley, who was an IBF mandatory. But then Cody Crowley had to pull out, so he fought a voluntary against David Avanesian. But technically, he was a replacement, so you can look at that as being a mandatory, even though it didn't satisfy the mandatory, right, for the IBF because Cody Crowley was injured, right? So he fought David Avanesian as a late replacement for Cody Crowley. So it's a voluntary technically, but it's more so like a mandatory. Then he had to turn around and fight Karen Chukazan again as an actual mandatory, right, for the rematch. So these are 2 fights that had to happen. And then his third fight, the time when he actually had the free will to do whatever he wanted, Eddie Hearn got him a unification with Mantis Stanionis. Despite how disappointed we were that it wasn't that Boots didn't get to fight Brian Norman earlier or Barrios earlier, Stanionis earlier. Yes, Eddie Hearn did mess up. He dropped the ball because he was lowballing the guys with the offers because Stanionis, Brian Norman Jr., and Barrios, especially Barrios' trainer Bob Santos, they all came out and had the same exact story. They all said that they weren't happy with the amount of money given. So I know that we like to blame the fighters and we try to dictate how much money these people are worth, or like we're some financial advisors, or we are even have the ability or the jurisdiction to freaking determine how much people should value themselves at the price point they should value themselves. The fact is that all 3 champions said the same exact thing. So I'd like to think that, you know, the chances are that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are probably lowballing him. But even despite that, he still turned around and got a cross-promotional unification with the PBC fighter and Mantis Stanionis. So in 3 fights, we got a mandatory out the way, a voluntary out the way, and we got a unification. It's 3 fights, bro. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, bet Eddie Hearn is doing his thing and we might get those unifications because now he already worked with PBC, with Stanionis. Guess who the other champion is? PBC and Barrios, right? And then the other champion, he already has a history of working with them frequently, right? And that's with Brian Norman. He's with Top Rank. We're about to see another top rank matchup between a top rank Matchroom matchup against Bivol and Baturbia for the 3rd fight. So they have a history of working together. So I'm not saying that there won't be any barriers or obstacles to overcome, but there are obstacles and barriers that have been overcome before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to be patient, man. These things aren't going to happen back to back to back to back. No, nothing happens like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, most things don't happen like that, you know? So I don't have a problem with being patient. And I think Jerron Boots Ennis is going to, at least, I don't know if he's going to get undisputed, but he's definitely going to at least have the opportunity, I believe. So I just be patient, man. He said it's not that there's no fighter at welterweight. We just not familiar with. Talk to him, Oscar. Talk to him. Cloyster said Boots going to collect those belts, then fight Ryan Haney or Teal. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that, man. I mean, I personally, you know, and that's so funny because Bill Haney was talking about fighting Boots. I'm not going to lie. When I heard Bill Haney talk about Boots, the first thing that came to my mind was bullshit. Yeah, I don't believe that they'll fight him. Shout out to my guy B-Dog. My boy B-Dog says facts. And if B-Dog says facts, guys, dang it, it is facts. Shout out to my boy B-Dog in the building. But yeah, I don't think that I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm discrediting Devin Haney and Bill Haney. I'm not saying that they're scared of him, but I personally don't think that all 3 of those names that you listed, Cloyster, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez, I don't think any of them are going to fight Boots. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe it, you know. And you know, I'm not a big Ryan Garcia fan, but if any one of them are going to fight Boots, I think the most likely to fight him would be Ryan Garcia, because that's why I liked Ryan Garcia before all of his racial outbursts and all of his idiocy and cheating, right? I liked him because he was a fighter. I like fighters that fight, you know what I'm saying? I like fighters that are willing to fight anybody. Ryan Garcia was one of those guys like David Benavidez, like Errol Spence Jr., like Tim Tszyu, like Brock Jarvis. They're one of those guys that or seemingly fight anybody, man. Like they really want to fight, you know what I'm saying? So I respect that. You know, Ryan Garcia lost my respect since then. But I have to give him, that doesn't change the fact, you know, I'm very objective, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm objective to a fault, you know, but I have to give him that credit that I think that if he says he'll fight somebody, I got to believe him because he's demonstrated that he fought Tank, then he went and fought Devin Haney, so I got to believe him until he proves otherwise, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. I'm very fair in my assessment, man. I don't let my sentiment or my feelings dictate the facts, you know, and Ryan Garcia is one of those that shows that he will fight anybody. So I will believe that he would fight him, but Teofimo and Devin, I'm not sure. I got to see that. I got to see it. Apollo, what's good? He said Charlo and Haney won't get the same respect as Manny or Hearns or Hagler. They were never undisputed this era. You got to be undisputed two-way classes now to get. I'm telling you that you ain't lying. You know, but you don't have to be in that era. You don't have to get two classes to be pound for pound, right? I mean, Bivol's pound for pound. He's only one weight class, right? So that's not true. You know, but Turbiev undisputed one time. He's he's on the pound for pound. Bam Rodriguez not even unified, and he's on pound for pound, let alone undisputed. Canelo's undisputed in one division. He's pound for pound. So I think it would be criminal not to have Canelo on there, pound for pound. And then Gervonta Tank Davis, he's on my pound for pound list. He's on a lot of people's pound for pound list. He's not unified either. So let alone undisputed. So I don't think that you have to be, but you're right. It seems like these days, because the fights are, it's a 4-belt era, the fights are harder to come by, but it seems like that we're still getting undisputed fights, man. Like Usyk is undisputed in 2 weight divisions and undefeated while doing it. Terrence Crawford's the same way, undisputed in 2 weight classes, undefeated while doing it. Naoya Inouye's undisputed in two weight classes, undefeated while doing it. We just had undisputed in Dimitri Bivol, right, and Beterbiev, right. Granted, same division, same fight, but that was undisputed. Saul Canelo Alvarez is the first ever undisputed at 168. So we're not, and Jermell Charlo was just undisputed at 154, right? Not too long ago. I mean, a couple years ago, but you know what I'm saying? So it's not like they're that rare to come by. It's just, we just got to be patient, bro. We want everything to happen now, instantaneously, bro. These are fighters, and sometimes it is not the best career choice for you to go into unification right now. Sometimes if you're Brian Norman Jr., it would behoove you to get some experience and get your first title defense before having your first title defense be a unification against a guy who's known to be the best in the division. That's how impatient we are. We're mad at Brian Norman, who was the underdog when he acquired the interim championship against Giovanni Santillan, by the way. That's why he fought in Giovanni Santillan's backyard, right? San Diego. No one expected him to win. He went and got the upset victory, became the interim champion, was therefore elevated subsequently, right? And then we're mad that his first defense as a 22-year-old, 23-year-old isn't against the guy who's known as the best guy in the division. You want his first defense to be a unification. And then if he loses, what are we going to do? We're going to turn around. If he loses, we're going to say he's trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Tell me I'm lying, bro. That's how impatient we are, bro. What is wrong with Brian Norman fighting his first defense against Derek Cuevas, who's ranked number 13? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Keyshawn Davis having his first defense against Edwin De Los Santos? I'm hearing people complain about that too. But then we were cool with Nick Ball having his first title defense against TJ Doheny, a guy who just got knocked out, or not knocked out, but he got stopped. He got stopped at a lower weight division against Naoya Inoue, his fight before that. He moved up and got a back-to-back title shot and got stopped again. We're not mad at Nick Ball for fighting TJ Doheny. Okay. I'm just saying, like, it's just funny to me. Like, either we're going to watch boxing or we're not going to watch boxing. We're going to complain and keep it consistent, or we're not. And I'm going to call you out. Isaiah in the building. What's good, brethren? Spitting facts. Shout out to my guy, Cito. Hey, if it's Cito approved, then you know I'm telling the truth. You feel me? You got my boy Pugilism in the building. What's good, brethren? My guy B-Dog says, did he really get stalled out? I don't recall ever hearing about Top Rank attempted to put him in a unification with any of those guys. Talk to him. Talk to him. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think people just use these words sometimes, and, we just apply it to everything. Every time we see a fight that doesn't happen, we have to blame somebody, or is it your fault, your fault, your fault? Like, a lot of times in boxing, man, it's not like NBA. It's not like NFL. They don't have a set schedule that they have to abide by and that we can look forward to. Every fight is negotiated separately, man. And sometimes negotiations don't work. What is a negotiation? If me and B-Dog want to fight, we got to go through negotiations. And maybe B-Dog wants this price point. Maybe I want this venue. Maybe B-Dog wants this date. Maybe I want this ring size. Like, there's a lot of things that have to be negotiated. And just because me and B-Dog don't find a compromise doesn't mean that he's scared of me or I'm scared of him. It just means that, hey, I have a better business opportunity and I don't have to give up as much. So I'm going to go that way. And you gonna go that way. You feel me? And then maybe we'll get back up later at a later date when I have more leverage or B-Dog has more leverage, and then we could bring equal stuff to the table. What is wrong with Brian Norman or Mario Barrios potentially unifying with each other, and then the winner try to go against Jerome Boots in his then? What is wrong with that? I don't see what's wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I just think people need to be patient. Now, I understand being impatient with Mario Barrios because his fights have been a little lackluster lately. Who has he fought, right? He just fought Abel Ramos, and before that, he fought Fabian Maidana, if I'm not mistaken. So he's leaving a little more to be desired. But even Mario Barrios, you know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that he might be fighting Manny Pacquiao. I don't like the fact that he might be fighting Errol Spence. I'd rather him fight Errol Spence than Manny Pacquiao because Manny Pacquiao is 46 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah. 46 years old is kind of up there.
Damn.
So I would rather him fight
I'm sorry.
Errol Spence and, then you never know what happens after that. You know what I'm saying? But I would rather see Mario Barrios fight a unification, of course, or be in a meaningful fight. It doesn't have to be unification. Just be in a meaningful fight against a top guy, you know, that's ranked, you know. But right now in the WBC, the #1 ranked guy is Devin Haney. Devin Haney's fighting Jose Carlos Ramirez. Don't ask me how Devin Haney is #1 in WBC right now. I'm sure we'll never know President Mauricio Suleiman, you know, doing a lot of shaky and shady business, you know what I'm talking about? But Devin Haney's #1. So, and then the #2 guy is Suleiman Sissoko. A lot of people don't know him. He's a decent fighter. I believe he's out of France. And then #3 is Conor Benn. Conor Benn's about to fight Eubank. So I'm not giving Mario Barrios an excuse, but it is, the facts are the facts, is that the top ranked guys are kind of occupied. And then the other guy, Suleiman Sissoko, no one's going to really appreciate that fight, even though he's highly ranked. People don't know him, you know what I'm saying? So you might as well take this time and go fight Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, and get the money. So I just really can't be mad at it. Maybe I'm a little bit too observant or too analytical, and I don't speak as much of my feelings like I should, but it is what it is. Yo, Mark, what's good, bro? He said, I don't think PBC going to give up Barrios just like that. If anything, I could see them giving Boots that Barrios fight next, but he might have to sign the PBC. Yeah, I've been hearing that. I've been hearing a lot of people speculate if he signed the PBC, bro. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I definitely don't think he's going to PBC, because remember, he wasn't happy with PBC. That's why he left. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but he's been there, done that. So I think he's going to stick with Matchroom. Like I said, bro, like we got to give fighters and their team, even if you don't think Boots is smart, we got to give Bozy Ennis the benefit of the doubt of being intelligent. Or even if you don't think Bozy Ennis is smart, you got to think that he has some people in place to where they are smart, you know what I'm saying? And we got to think Eddie Hearn's smart. And even if you don't think Eddie Hearn's smart, you got to at least give him the benefit of the doubt that he has hired somebody on his team, like the vice president or somebody that's head of I guess cross promotional affairs or stuff like that. You got to think that they hire people in place that can handle these things, bro. And I think that they would recognize that, man, I've been with Matchroom in 3 fights, and 3 fights I'm unified against an undefeated fighter, against a guy who we thought was impossible to get a fight with. And that's, you know, against a promotion that we thought was impossible to get a fight with. That's PBC, you know? So it's just so funny to me that, like, no matter what PBC does, is like we think of them as being like isolated. I don't see them as being isolated. I just think that when they work with others, it just gets degraded somehow and omitted and dismissed somehow, you know? It's so funny too that there's news about I wonder if people are gonna think, because there's been some ambassadors, right? There's been some new ambassadors, which we'll get into but later. But they're all, the majority of the new ambassadors for the Ring magazine are coming from Top Rank. I bet you if those are PBC fighters, people will say, "Oh, PBC's about to die." They're getting the Ring to pick up their fighters because they're about to go out of business. You know, that's what, you know. If it was PBC fighters, that's would have been the narrative this morning. You know what I'm saying? So the Ring magazine just signed 3 top ranked fighters. You know, or an ambassador. I don't even really know what that means to be a brand ambassador. I just think that they're gonna give you sponsorships and endorsements and stuff like that. It's not really signing per se, but you know, that's what the reports would be. If it was 3 PBC fighters, they would have said, "Oh man, you know, PBC going out of business, man. You know, they can't even." So it's just, they get a lot of flack, man, you know, and they you know, I don't know, man. Some of it is fair, but the majority of it's unfair, you know. Yo, yeah. So Haney got a new trader requesting for a new weight versus Ramirez. Thanks for playing. Oh, no problem, pugilism. Yeah, so yeah, the new trader was with Sugar Shane Mosley. It's not new per se. He just brought him in. Like, that's what Bill Haney does, you know. And I think it's dope. Like I said, I think it's dope that Bill Haney is willing to get, you know, advice from this person, experience from this person, that person, but he still maintains his position as far as I know. So you know, so Sugar Shane Mosley is a guy that's helping out, and I think that's good. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he's working with Derek James. He has Oscar De La Hoya in his corner. He has B-Hop in his corner. So he has a lot of fighters that are Hall of Famers and a lot of people that are around the fight game in his corner. You know, not to mention his dad too, who's the imbecile, but his dad has also been around boxing for a while. He's the one that got him into it, Henry Garcia. So there's nothing wrong with having you a solid team, you know. And I think that's going to be good for Devin. Now, does that mean he'll beat Ryan Garcia in a rematch? You know my opinion on that. I personally don't think so. But I'll be rooting for Devin Haney to win, but it is what it is. We have to cross that bridge when we get there, right? Devin Haney has to handle business against Jose Carlos Ramirez, and Ryan Garcia has to handle business against Rolly Romero, you know? So we'll see how it goes, man. But like I said, with the lawsuit stuff, I like the fact that he got into it, but I think all this talk about it is unnecessary. People who want to understand are going to understand. People who don't want to understand, they're never going to understand. So I think that, yeah, people could talk about it, but they got to stop acting like I was very disappointed in the interview. Rashad, to him, it was a great interview, but I just thought that part is corny. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop stop doing that to each other and ourselves, man. Like, stop putting all this pressure. If every time you interview Oscar De La Hoya and you don't ask him about the plethora of lawsuits he's been in, why are you asking why are you so hard on Bill Haney? You see what I'm saying? You got to recognize that it is his business. I don't even understand why it takes Bill Haney to have to tell you that explicitly. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is something that I deduced a long time ago. Am I lying, Oscar? Or anybody that's been in the channel? I'm not advocating for anybody to go to the judicial system to handle their disputes, but this is not an individual based thing. This is not, oh, me versus you down the block. We not meeting behind the gas station after school and fighting, and then I'm taking you to court. No, this is already has legality around it when it's a sanctioned professional fight. That's what it is. It's professional. You see what I'm saying? It is a business in itself. That's what sports is. Competition and business. That's what sports is. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop looking at fighters a certain way because they have a certain complexion or they're from a certain nationality. It's like, bro, if you every time you talk to Canelo or and shout out to my boy Cinnamon, if you don't bring up his the fact that he went to court to appeal his accusations of the computeral stuff, then don't do it to them. You know, I know this is fresher in our mind and stuff like that, but I don't see people asking about Miguel Cotto trying to appeal the Antonio Margarito fight. I don't. Whenever they interview Lomachenko, they don't try to knock Lomachenko for appealing the freaking Devin Haney result, because you know he appealed it, right? Instead of having the rematch against Devin Haney, he was mad enough to appeal it, but he wasn't mad enough to accept the rematch. We don't talk about that though. We talk about the Matrix, right? We just talk about Lomachenko. We just talk about how he just knocked out Kambosos, right? We don't talk about him trying to appeal a result. Why not? Why is it more acceptable? I mean, aren't they both fighters? Why is it more acceptable when one does an action and one doesn't? The same exact action. So we're not judging the actions. We're judging the person that's doing the same action. So it's showing you that everything is not equal. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, look how hard that we were on Lamont Roach when they found out that he went to go try to appeal the result of the Tank Davis fight. We're like, oh, you're going to court like Devin Haney. It's not even close to the same thing. What about Artem Dalakian? When Artem Dalakian lost to Seigo Akui, he appealed that too. When Vladimir Shishkin lost to William Skull, you know, the champion that's about to fight Canelo Alvarez, Vladimir Shishkin appealed that too. Where was the outrage? So it's like, you know, like I said, I understand that when you're popular, you know, you heavy as the head that wears a crown, so you get more responsibility. But when you're going to do that, bro, we have to keep it. We got to keep it at least consistent, man, because you look bad to somebody like me who knows these things that happen in the background of boxing and some that gets more attention than others. Why is that? You got to ask yourself. If you got to be honest with yourself to get the answer, you know, and sometimes the answer is more diabolical than you really want to admit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's like that, bro. Certain fighters get judged in certain ways. And it goes both ways, right? In some respects, certain other fighters get judged more harshly when it comes to certain things as well. Like, let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, it don't matter. Y'all know, man. I ain't got to spell it out. I mean, if y'all want me to spell it out, I have no problem. But he said, no Bashchenko. Yeah, no Bashchenko. I just think 4-belt era needs to end. And trust me, it will be in due time. Undisputed should be a normal thing in every other sport. Having one champion is the name of the game. That I agree with, Apollo. That I agree with. I agree that, well, I'm not like itching for it to end, but I wouldn't mind the 4-belt era coming to a close. I really think that the most corrupt is WBC. And I like WBC too. You know, I like all WBA, WBC. You know, WBA headed by who? President Gilberto Mendoza. WBO by Gustavo Oliveri. IBF by Daryl Peoples. WBC by Mauricio Suleiman. I mean, it's a business, right? Everybody gonna have their shady ways, but it seems like WBC has a little bit more. They a little more shaky than others. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, yeah, I wouldn't mind it going down, but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I personally believe that it might go up before it goes down, right? Because the IBO, a lot of people be talking about the IBO. The IBO trying to get in there and be the fifth sanctioning body, if you've been paying attention, you know, and stuff like that. But I know maybe you're referencing the TKO stuff with Dana White. I don't think that's a good look for boxing, me personally. We'll see though. I'm willing to give it a chance, but I just don't think that anything with Dana White is good. You know what I'm saying? I think that some things should be bigger than business, but we go back. Hey, big facts, BR. Big facts, BR. But yeah, I think go back to stuff of people being treated differently, right? It's not the action; it's who did the action. Dana White slapped his wife on camera. No one said nothing. No one batted an eye. He didn't get fired. He didn't get fined. He didn't lose endorsements. He didn't lose sponsorship. He's still with Disney and ESPN and all that good stuff in bonbons. You know what I'm saying? He has repeatedly been in and out of court for lawsuits, right? But for treating fighters unfairly. Francis Ngannou left MMA or UFC to go to PFL. You know, so he's losing fighters left and right because of unfair treatment and stuff like that. But I'm supposed to be excited that he's getting in boxing. I feel like we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'll give it a chance because he is working with Big Turk, you know, Turkey Al-Sheikh, and we'll see how it goes. But I don't have high hopes for it, and I don't necessarily think that's going to be good for boxing. I think that if that does come into play with him heading the spear, I think that we'll probably get less boxers interested in boxing. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a little harder than it seems, but we'll see though. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to anything because the 4-belt era does get a little watered down, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, when it works, it works. You know, when it works, it works. We got Mike in the building. What's good, bro? Salutations, my brethren. They had to rescore Pacquiao versus Horn, and they upheld the decision, so he got robbed twice. Talk to him. That boy got robbed twice. Excuse me, man. I'm still a little sick, man, so I apologize, man. I'm gonna be coughing a bit, but you know what it is. We still out here working, man. We gets it in. So yeah, man, I just think that it'll be cool if we just treated everybody the same, man. When somebody gets cheated, don't try to deny it. When you fail a test, you fail a test.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
He said WBC is 100% shady. Yeah, extremely shady. They love Canelo. Yeah, I like Canelo too. That's my guy. But you know, like I said, I'm objective, man. I try my best to not even try. It just comes naturally because I like the sport so much, man. I just call it like I see it, man. If that benefits Benavidez or benefits Canelo or benefits Bud or benefits Usyk or Inoue, whatever, let the chips fall as they may. He said, to me, the WBC and QBA are trash. I respect IBF, WBA, I guess. I respect IBF. Don't know about WBO. Building respect for IBO. They follow their rules like the IBF. Exactly. So that's the thing. But then, you know, they have their knocks too, right? Sometimes the IBF, they move too fast to enforce a mandatory, and they kind of mess up the fights that kind of make sense, you know what I'm saying, by imposing their mandatory. So, and they got a little better, right? Because remember, Michael Eifert was supposed to be an intermediate fight during the intermission of the rematch and the first fight of Bivol and Beterbiev, right? Because Michael Eifert was ordered mandatory by the IBF. But when you say Michael Eifert, even to boxing aficionados, they're gonna respond just like this.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that?
So that's good though, right? Because that's good that they, no disrespect to Michael Eifert, but that was good that they allowed Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev to move forward with the rematch and remain the undisputed status, right? Because if we knew that Beterbiev was going to fight Bivol anyway, just like we knew Beterbiev was going to fight Bivol for the rematch, just like we knew that Bivol was going to fight Beterbiev for the trilogy, despite how ignorant you want to act to it. We knew that was going to happen, right? So shout out to the IBF for allowing that to happen and not interrupting the second fight being for undisputed like they did with Usyk and Tyson Fury. Because you remember, they made that mistake where they stripped Usyk after the first fight between Tyson Fury and Usyk, and we knew there was going to be potentially a rematch as long as the first fight was close. And then that's why the second fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk was not for undisputed, right? He didn't have the IBF belt, and that's because the IBF enforced Usyk. It's mandatory to fight Daniel Dubois, and he obviously didn't do it, as history shows, and he fought the rematch. What the rematch wasn't for undisputed. So the IBF could have been, they were in that position to do it again for Beterbiev and Bivol, but then they were like, hold on, okay, bet, we're going to let the rematch be for undisputed. We'll take a step back and allow Michael Eifert to get step aside money or whatever he had to get, whatever compensation he got in order for that fight to remain, the rematch to remain undisputed. But now the WBC with them greedy bastards want to step in, and now they strip Bivol, so now the trilogy's not for undisputed. I mean, that's okay, you know what I'm saying? The first two were already for undisputed, I'm cool with it. But I just don't like the way WBC did that, because they definitely didn't strip Canelo when it came to Benavidez at 168, but look how fast they did it for Bivol. So yeah, man, they allow him to do whatever they want. They just elevated Benavidez, and Benavidez should have been that 160. I agree, exactly. He should have had this opportunity against Canelo at 168, but they didn't do it. So, but it's not Canelo's fault. So yeah, man, imagine giving Francis Ngannou to the WBC, you feel me? So yeah, man, I just think that we just have to, as fans of the sport, if we're truly fans of the sport, we got to act with a little more grace, in my personal opinion, man. But yeah, man, moving on, bro. Moving on. I was talking about the ambassadors earlier, right? The ambassadors for the Ring Magazine. The Ring Magazine have announced 3 ambassadors, right? 4 new ambassadors, excuse me. Yeah, 4. Daniel Pero, Cuban fighter. I'm not too familiar with him. I've seen him fight a couple times, you know, but I'm not sure who's he signed with. Does anybody know who Daniel Pero signed with? Is he with Matchroom? I'm not sure. But he's a Cuban fighter, heavyweight, and I've seen like 2 of his last 3 fights or 4 fights. I think he has like I think he's like 10-0. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's a heavyweight. He just got signed as his ambassador to Ring Magazine. I'm not sure who he signed with. He could be with Top Rank too. I'm not sure. But you know who is with Top Rank? Bruce Shushu Carrington has been signed as his ambassador for Ring Magazine. Abdullah Mason has been signed as ambassador for Ring Magazine. And Keyshawn Davis has been signed for ambassador of Ring Magazine. I think this is good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't really do me anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against it, but I just know that you know, guys like Terrence Crawford has been considered an ambassador for the Ring Magazine. Canelo, ambassador, right? Hamza Shiraz, you know, he definitely was an ambassador. You know, he got some love. He got away with a draw against Carlos Adames, which was crazy. You know, so he definitely lost that fight. But like I said, this is what I was talking about, man. All 3 of these guys, you know, Shushu, Abdullah Mason, and Keyshawn Davis are Top Rank guys. Can you imagine if that was PBC? They would have said exactly what my boy Oscar just said. Top Rank is dying, right? If that was PBC, they would have said, oh, they're dying. Like, they look for any excuse. I was in the chat the other day. I think it was my boy Ryan Frazier. Shout out to him. You know, Stanionis contemplated retirement after he lost to Jerome Bucinis. You know, he was like, man, you know, Gerard Bucinis is the best. He said, I wanted to see how I measure up to the best, right? That's why I was interested in this fight. You know, I want to see how good I am. And he fell short. And so now, you know, after that fight, you know, he said, man, I might be thinking about retirement, you know, and stuff like that. And I saw a guy say, oh man, you know, Stanionis retiring or thinking about retirement is just a testament to what's in the future for PBC as far as them dying. He didn't articulate it that well. You know, he's a dummy. But anyway, that's essentially what he said. He said, oh yeah, that just shows you that PBC is dying. Stanionis gets a unification fight. Now he's thinking about retirement. Huh? That means that PBC is dying?
What?
So you don't think that he might be considering retirement because he just fought a guy he got severely outclassed? You don't think he could be considering retirement because he suffered his first loss of his career and it was by brutal stoppage? You don't think that he could be considering retirement because he just lost his belt? You don't think he could be considering retirement because he just missed the birth of his child for a fight that he lost? What if he's thinking about spending time with his wife and his kid, his newborn? What if he's thinking about having some family time, which is completely understandable? You have a lot of thoughts going in your head, man. We're human. Somehow, some way, he manipulated that situation to PBC dying. You know what's crazy? Callum Smith, when he lost to Beterbiev, he shared the same sentiment. He said, man, I lost to Canelo, now I lost to Beterbiev. He said, I always thought that I was the best. Now I know that I'm not the best. And now I see that in a brutal fashion. So he said, man, I think I'm going to hang him up. I didn't hear anybody say, oh, Matchroom is dying. I never heard anybody say, oh, this is an indication that Matchroom is dying. I've never heard that, bro. So now when an athlete in potentially the most brutal sport ever, you know, a combat sport, when they consider retirement now, that's an indication that their promotional company is dying. Fuck out of here, bro. It's just so disgusting, bro. Like, I don't, bro, if PBC's dying, let them die, bro. But, and if they're giving you some real indicators that they're dying, by any means, you know what I'm saying? Give your honest opinion. But this is just crazy that it's just, it's so clear that people are looking for reasons to say that this company's dying, this person is losing, this person is drained, this person is weak, this person is, you know, it's just complete bias, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. I've never seen no, like, it's wild, bro. Anything, bro. Oh, Gervonta Take Davis took a knee. Oh, PBC's dying. oh, the grocery store. Oh man, the grocery store ran out of peanut butter. Oh, PBC's dying. It's crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, it means it made really good money in his career. He just had to exactly, B-Dog. Exactly. Drop a bomb on him, bro. It's time to spend time with the family. It's crazy, bro. I tell you, I see the wildest stuff, man. But don't forget to smack that like button if you haven't done so already, man. I appreciate it. Smack that like button. Keeps us going and growing. It is free, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the members, because that's not free. I appreciate y'all dropping money on this side, man, on this channel to keep us going and growing, man. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that, man. Think about considering becoming a member. Don't think about considering. Consider becoming a member. It starts at $3 a month. Helps us go, you know what I'm saying? Helps us keep going and growing. And it helps the algorithm to keep pushing our videos out, especially with the likes, man. Smack that like button. I don't even know why I have to say that. It should be automatic. As soon as you hit the channel, you should hit the like button, man. It's free. There's no reason not to, unless you're a hater. You know, there's a lot of haters out there. But anyway, yeah. So Shushu, Abdullah Mason, and Keyshawn Davis, I think those are good representations for a company. You know what I'm saying? They have pretty good ambassadors. I just I don't know what it means. I wish I knew like more clearly what that meant. Like, does that mean that Abdullah Mason and Shushu Carrington and Keyshawn Davis may be going in that TKO league because they're ambassadors? I don't think so. But I'm just saying I would like to know something concrete, what that comes with. You know what I'm saying? What that comes with besides Turkey leaking pertinent and undisclosed information to you during the fight, like he did with Hamza Shiraz. You know what I'm saying? I know we know it comes with that, but what doesn't come with anything else tangible? You know, I don't know. But yeah, man, I think that my bad, chat. I'm reading this email. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool, man. I think Abdullah Mason is a great representation of the sport. I think Daniel Pero, like I said, I don't really know much about the Cuban fighter, but he seems like a good fighter. I think he's a good representative of the sport, good representation of the sport. And I definitely think Keyshawn Davis is a good representation of the sport. Shushu Carrington, he's a good representation of the sport, but I don't know how high his ceiling is, you know? I'm thinking about Shushu, man. I like Shushu. I wish him the best. But I don't know, man. He's been looking shaky a little bit. You know, his last fight against Enrique Vivas was good. He was the first person to stop him, right? That's good. But and maybe I'm over exaggerating the significance of the fight against Suleiman Sagaba, but that was his first time stepping up, and he didn't really look too good, you know. But you know, styles make fights, so maybe I am being a little too critical. But we'll see how it goes, man. You know, do I think he's ready for any of the champions at 126? Espinosa, hell no. Stephen Fulton. No, I think Stephen Fulton beats him as well. Angelo Leo, I will lean towards Angelo Leo. I think Nick Ball, it depends on how well he could stop Nick Ball from trying to manhandle him. Like, if he could stand up to Nick Ball, then I think he'll be straight. But if you can't, you know, and then you're going to let Nick Ball out physical you, and he has that low center of gravity, then it's going to be hard, right? And I'm just not sure about that one. I think Nick Ball is his best chance to win from a skill point, because I think Nick Ball is the least skilled. But like I said, he's a very aggressive fighter. He's gonna make it physical, and the referees let him get away with pushing people and kicking. Bro, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, bro? I know I'm about to go on a tangent a little bit, but we always talk about referee. We always talk about when something happens with a certain fighter, you know, with the hair grease and the knee, and you know, we always exaggerate when it's a fighter that we don't like. We make it seem like, oh, you know, referees never make mistakes until them. Bro, do you know Nick Ball kicked TJ Doheny, chat? We're in boxing. The sweet science. We all know that because we're all pugilist enthusiasts. You use your hands. You don't have gloves on your feet. You're not supposed to use your feet at all. This ain't football or soccer. You know what I'm saying? He kicked TJ Doheny. Was there a point deducted? I don't think so. Was there a disqualification? I don't think so. And I'm not saying that I wanted that, but it's just so funny how no one talks about it. The man kicked him, bro. I thought it was funny, but I'm just saying that if we keep it consistent, can you imagine if Tank kicked Lamar Roach? Can you imagine if I don't know, Canelo kicked Edgar Berlanga? Come on, man. The man kicked him, bro. Nick the kickball. The man kicked him, bro. And ain't nobody said nothing.
What?
It's crazy, bro. It's just crazy, bro. The double standards, man. It's just so wild, bro. Shout out to my guy, Oscar Perez, dropping that hello yellow on a fellow with the graffiti on the chat walls. That bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
He said, shit crazy. PBC been dying longer than I've been alive. You feel me? PBC been dying longer than I've been alive, man. Shout out to my guy Oscar, man. Y'all go ahead and like that graffiti on the chat walls, man. Drop that, that super chat, man. I appreciate it, man. My boy always showing me love, man. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like that thing, man. Like that thing, man. Unless you don't like the fact that he's supporting the channel. You know, I know some of y'all haters don't like it, but it is what it is. We are here. As long as God gives us the ability to be here, we gonna be here. You can't do nothing about it, so you might as well just, you know what I'm saying, hop on the train, baby. If Shushu really wants to see what level he is, Robisi is the way to go. Ooh, Robisi Ramirez and Shushu? I'm not mad at that. Hey, why not? I do think that Shushu deserves a title shot now because of his rankings and stuff like that. But hey, Robisi Ramirez, hey, Hey, that kick was hilarious, but you're right. He gets away with everything. Yeah, Silva, bro. Like I said, I think it's funny. Don't get me wrong, bro. I love the sport. I'm not advocating for him to be disqualified. But if that was other fighters, like when Tank got his face wiped down by his corner, that's also illegal. He should have at least been warned. He could have been disqualified. But a lot of people are saying that he should have been disqualified. Okay, well, bet. Well, then let's keep that consistent, right? Referees, unfortunately, officials, when they officiate, they make mistakes in all genres of sports, but it's not bigger. A missed foul call on LeBron James shouldn't be a bigger deal than a missed foul call on the 12th guy on the bench. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Give me somebody Dalton Connect. You know what I'm saying? A missed call is a missed call. Whether it's a missed call on Dalton Connect or a missed call on LeBron James, a missed call is a missed call, man. But a lot of times we only care about missed calls when the beneficiary is opposing the guy that we don't like, the guy or the girl that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest too, man. Hold on, let me pull out my GTD chain because I'm about to sound crazy to some of y'all. But if you actually listen to what I'm saying, the logic is undeniable. It's so crazy. But you talk about the hair grease and taking the knee, and we say, oh, you know, Tank is weak for taking a knee. Tank is soft for taking a knee. Have you ever heard about a lady named Amanda Serrano? Do you remember when Amanda Serrano was supposed to fight Nina Mink? Do you know why that fight was called off? You know why the fight was called off? I know some of y'all know, but do y'all know, the majority of y'all know why that fight was called off? Last second. It was called off so last second that Jake Paul gave everybody a refund. Shout out to Jake Paul too. He's a good businessman. I don't like him as a fighter because I don't like any boxer that's not boxing boxers. But as far as a businessman, it's undeniable he's great, especially for women's boxing. The fight against Amanda Serrano and Nina Meek was called off because Amanda Serrano got hair grease in her eye. The fight was canceled. At least Tank took a knee and got back up and continued the fight. Oh, you want to say, oh, well, that's women, Doc. That's women, Doc. Shout out to the ladies. I'm not knocking Amanda Serrano. One time for the ladies. Shout out to her. The point that I'm saying is that the fight was canceled. The whole fight was canceled because of hair grease. There was a chemical in her eye because she dyed her hair something for her debut, or was it a debut in Puerto Rico, or was it I think it was a homecoming in Puerto Rico. She hasn't fought in Puerto Rico in a long time, and she wanted to look nice or look cool or whatever. Like Tank wanted to look cool with his hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? And he got hair grease in his eye. Right? You know another example of somebody who canceled the fight because they couldn't see. They got sweat in their eyes. Devin Alexander against Tim Bradley. Go watch that fight. Devin Alexander complained about sweat in his eye, and stop the fight. So the point is, I'm not saying that Amanda Serrano is wrong. It's unfortunate. I'm not saying Devin Alexander is wrong per se. What I'm saying is that it should be understandable. You know what I'm saying? Now, the issue is not the knee. The issue is the fact that the referee didn't take the appropriate points for the knee. It should have been a knockdown. Absolutely. He should have lost 2 points. You know what I'm saying? Because he took a knee. Anytime you take a knee, it counts as a knockdown. We know that. So that's the problem, you know, but let's not conflate the issues. The problem is nothing wrong with somebody taking a knee for any reason. That's why it's there. In fact, as a former boxer, just an amateur boxer, a good trainer would advise you to take a knee if you're in trouble, if you're able to. You don't want to just go in there and get knocked out. If you have your wits about yourself and you're getting punched on, you take a knee in order to give your chance an opportunity to regroup. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's just to stop the action, to get 10 seconds off the clock and get you that much closer to get into your corner and getting proper instruction from your head trainers. So when Miguel Cotto took a knee against Margarito, that wasn't frowned upon. Or it shouldn't have been. It wasn't frowned upon by me. I said, dang, he getting pummeled. He took a knee to get up out of there for a little bit. I actually thought it was a smart, cerebral, intelligent play. That means he's actually thinking in real time. And I don't know if you ever been in pressure situations. Sometimes it's hard to keep your wits about you when you're getting punched on, or like, let's say it's in an intense situation, like in basketball, when basketball players take a timeout and they ain't got a timeout because they have a brain fart because of the so much stuff is going on that you lose your wits. So the fact that you're able to keep your wits about you and take a knee when appropriate to try to give yourself opportunity to regroup and gather yourself, that should be applauded. So that's what Tank did. I'm not saying they should be applauded. They took a knee for a hair grease. I'm not going that far. But what I'm saying is that it's not really that big of a deal. The big deal is not the knee. The big deal is the fact that it wasn't deducted and counted as a knockdown. Don't conflate the issues. You know what I'm saying? As a fighter, some people tell you to take a knee, you know, especially if you can't see. I think fighting, your eyesight is very important. You know what I'm talking about? But anyway, Nick Ball can do a chokehold on his opponent. His opponent takes a point deduction. Yeah, he was roughing up. Who did he fight before? Who did he fight before TJ Doheny? What's my guy's name, man? Something with the R. Ronnie Rios. Boy, he was body slamming Ronnie Rios. He was pushing Ronnie Rios. He was just manhandling Ronnie Rios, and the referee wasn't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on Nick Ball. Just is what it is. He's a rough physical guy. You know what I'm saying? And if the ref's gonna let you get away with it, then hey, do your thing. You know, can't get mad at the fighter. Hey, the fighter should do whatever the referee allows. You know, I think no, Ray Ford was before Ronnie Rios. Yeah, it was if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Isaiah, because I'm not looking at anything. Nick Ball for his last fight was TJ Doheny, Ronnie Rios, and before that was Ray Ford, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Ball can do a choker. Yeah, the new boxing rules state if you have hair grease, it's okay to get. Hey, what'd you say, Isaiah? He got to put on that do-rag? He got to put on that do-rag, bro. Nah, bro, you can't be out here, man. You can't be out here with the hair grease, but we can't be out here with the fake news. We can't act like a lot of these. Bro, that's the thing. What's the old adage that the old heads say? You know, I'm one of the old heads, but we say that there's nothing new under the sun, man. History just repeats itself, man. There's nothing that hasn't happened before, so you just got to look hard enough, you know. We've seen knockdowns missed before. We've seen a lot of things missed before. You know what I'm saying? So anybody acting like this is unprecedented, that's just fake news.
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
You feel me? So it's just fake news, man. But hey, before I go on, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna run this ad. I gotta go blow my nose, and I don't want to do it on camera, man. So give me a second, or off stream, because I'm still a little sick. So I'm gonna run this ad real quick. Y'all hold it down for me, man. I'm gonna run this ad, and then I'll be right back.
Yo, Doc here from your favorite boxing channel, Dr. Boxing Talk. And I want to officially welcome you as a member to the Boxing Talk family, aka BTF. So I want to thank you. Your support is greatly appreciated, and this channel is nothing without you. So what do you get? Well, there's a multitude of perks that you get access to, like special member shoutouts when you enter the chat, and some other additional alerts. Not to mention these fire emojis. Get access to emojis like the GOAT, the GOAT, the face of boxing, the legend, the Ayo, and the No Diddy. Not to mention, you know, the GTD chain. You got to bring them out, and it wouldn't be the same if we forgot about these biscuits. So many more. Not to mention, if you subscribe to some of the highest tier levels, you get to do things like pick the topic of discussion, and you get to have your very own emote. Yes, your ugly mug will be featured on the channel by yours truly. It's just another way for me to give back to my most loyal supporters. And of course, there's even more additional perks than that. But most importantly, you'll get the satisfaction of knowing you're a key, essential, imperative part to keep us going and growing. You know, we get the hustle off the muscle. So it's important that we rock together, you know? And remember, God is good all the time, and God is good. And you know that we prioritize facts over feelings, so that's why you rock with us. So big salute from Dr. Boxing Talk, and yeah, can't wait to see you in the next stream. Thank you for the support.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yes, sir. We back. He said, yeah, commission called and told Tank you cannot come out unless you got that silky on. Hey, and that's the thing too, you know. And to me, and let's criticize Tank right now. I'm about to criticize Tank. I think that hopefully it's an eye opener, man. And I'm not saying, you know, things happen, right? You know, especially if you have ever had braids before, any type of hair design. Sometimes these things happen. I'm not blaming Amanda Serrano. The point that I'm making is that, you know, sometimes these things happen, but with Tank, hopefully it gets his priorities straight, man. You over there trying to look pretty, and you got your hair, you got your do done did out there trying to look pretty, and now it almost jeopardized your fight, almost cost you your fight. Not only it did jeopardize the fight, it almost cost you the fight. You over here trying to look good, like this. Come on, bro. So hopefully it's an eye opener. Let us know, man. Hey, man, Lamont Roach got the fade. Maybe you have to get that low boy. You know what I'm saying? And or whatever it is. You know, I remember who was it? We just saw. I don't remember his name. It's a young fighter, but he had longer hair, right? I believe he was an American guy. I believe. But yeah, I believe it was an American guy. Could have been an Italian guy. No, I think it was an American guy. And he had like hair in his and his hair was coming out. I don't know if he had braids, I don't remember. And I don't remember if it was he said, "Do you skip bicep day?" You know what I'm talking about? Hey, don't worry about my biceps, man. You know what I'm saying? You like me, my brother? What's wrong with you, man? Get your keep your eyes here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Out here violating me on the stream, bro. You like me, my brother? Tell your sister I said what up. But anyway, what it is, I was gonna say, that one guy, I can't remember his name, but anyway, his braids started coming out or something, or his hair got loose or something, and then they went and just cut it in the corner. You know, I think that, you know, and I'm not saying that you should cut your hair or whatever, because people care about their hair. I wouldn't want to cut my hair like that, you know. But I've, as an amateur, I've had my hair, my dreads get a little loose or whatever. But you just gotta. I never had to like go like to where it was impairing my vision or whatever like that. But it was nothing that they couldn't fix in the corner. But if you can't fix it, hey man, as they say, I ain't got time for it. Snip, snip. They just cut it off, you know. And I think that shows a different level of dedication, you know, because people do get caught up in secular things or just worry about your appearance too much and being, I ain't gonna say shallow, because your appearance matters and stuff like that, but you worry about the aesthetics, man. You ain't here supposed to be fighting, you feel me? And it is what it is. He said it was braids, I believe. Okay, you saw it too, Isaiah, right? Why y'all booing like I'm saying some bullshit? Why y'all booing like I'm saying some bullshit? You're right. Exactly, man. That joke was funny, man. That joke was funny, man. Shout out to Tank, though, man. And shout out to Lamont Rose. Like I said, Lamont Rose fought a hell of a fight in the rematch. I'm looking forward to it. I think Tank has to have the rematch. I would be very disappointed in him not having the rematch, and I think Lamont Rose has a good chance of winning. I'm just going with Tank, and he won that fight too. Yeah, Austin Deanda, thank you, Austin Deanda. Yep, and he won that fight, right? So, hey man, sometimes it is what it is, but you got to go through it, man. It is fighting, you know, and but I don't think it's something we should knock. Now, moving on, man. Speaking of a Tank guy, right? Speaking of Tank, I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson, and O'Shaquie Foster. Right, O'Shaquie Foster, Shakur Stevenson traded some words on Twitter. I don't really like to report things like this because I don't know. Do y'all like this stuff? I mean, it's up to y'all, because you know y'all are part of the channel. You know what I'm saying, the constituency. You know, do y'all like when discussing things like this on Twitter? I feel like it's just nonsense. You know, it's just two people having an argument. I don't really think that's really news like that. But some people like find it interesting. I don't know. I definitely see it. I just don't really speak on it much. But I see that O'Shaquie Foster and Shakur Stevenson talk about fighting, and I don't think it's anything real. People accusing Shakur Stevenson of ducking. It's like, come on, bro. Like, first of all, how do you duck somebody that's not even in your division? Like, how do you duck somebody that's not even in your division, number one? Number two, it's like, bro, you can't duck somebody on Twitter, dog. Like, that's not how it works. You just have a discussion, man. Just because O'Shaquie Foster said, I'm going to fight you, even in the argument, right? And I'm not defending Shakur, I'm not a big Shakur fan, but he is a beast, though. You know, he's a good fighter. Just call it like I see it. In the middle of the argument, O'Shaquie Foster said, I'm going to take care of things on in my division, on my side first, and I'm going to move up and try to fight you. So how could Shakur duck somebody who didn't even say he wants to fight him right now? You see what I'm saying? Like, that is crazy. But if you don't like Shakur, then you're going to look for a reason to call him a duck or whatever. It's like, I see somebody say, oh, did he duck him in broad daylight? It's like, bro, they're just having conversations. They're talking trash to each other. They're not even in the same division, man. Like, we got to stop with this duck talk, bro. I think there's three terms that are severely overused in boxing. One is a robbery. If there's a close fight and a guy that you were rooting for loses, you're gonna say it's a robbery. No, it could be a close fight that could go either way. That's acceptable, right? And then the other term is casual. If you say that if we both watched Beterbiev and Bivol the first fight, it was a close fight. If I say I had Bivol winning slightly and you say you had Beterbiev winning slightly, one of us is a casual. No, we just have an opinion. Now, I'm not saying that there's not casual and purists alike. Of course they exist. But just because you disagree on opinion, like, oh, I think Tank beats Shakur. Oh, you must be a casual. What? So you don't think that Tank and Shakur are the top two 135 pounders? So why is it crazy to think that Shakur beats Tank or Tank beats Shakur? I personally believe Tank beats Shakur. I personally think Canelo beats David Benavidez. I personally think Canelo beats Terrence Crawford. I personally think that Junto Nakatani beats Naoya Inoue. Am I a casual because you disagree with anything I just said? I'm a casual now? It's crazy. And then the other overused term is duck. If a fight doesn't happen, it's because somebody ducked somebody. Like, stop it, bro. Like every fight's not going to happen just because you want it right then, especially if they're not in the same division. No one even talked about Oshiki Foster versus Shakur Stevenson. Now somebody's ducking him. Come on, bro. It's crazy, but I would like to see Oshiki Foster versus Raymond Savage Ford. I think that's a good fight. I don't know who wins that, man. I have to do some analytical research on that one. You know, I got to really look at their fights and visualize how it would play out, because I think that's a very good fight. I don't know who wins. Shock is used to getting robbed in broad day. That's true. He definitely got robbed by Robson Conceição. But let me not say that. Let me rephrase that. They robbed him during the fight against Robson Conceição, the first one. But it's not Robson Conceição's fault, right? Fighters fight, judges judge. It's judge's fault. Garden Snake Mentality, man. Long time no see. He said boxing is a saga of drama, which I'm sure is needed to run a show every day to have content. That's a good point. So I got to embrace it more. You're right about that. You're right. He said, yeah, it's good for some great news. We might see Shock fight Shakur at 135. Shock goes to 135. Mandatory would be. Yeah, facts, because of WBC, right? You're right. So, yeah, no, maybe you're right. Maybe I should pay attention to more of this stuff and drop more videos on this stuff. I just see it as nonsensical drama, man. I just feel like it's just like, you know, people talking trash, and, you know, we all playing video games talking trash, or we out. Whatever it is, we hanging out talking trash. I never see it as like, oh, anything serious. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it is newsworthy. Maybe I got to tighten up in that regard. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny, but I didn't think it was anything serious. You know what I'm saying? Would I like to see Oshiki Foster fight Ray Ford and Shakur? Of course. But I mean, I'm more interested in unifications. Y'all know me, man. I love unification. So Oshiki Foster, I'm more interested in Oshiki Foster fighting Emmanuel Navarrete. I'm more interested in Emmanuel Navarrete fighting Lamont Roach. I'm more interested in Lamont Roach fighting, well, the IBF title is vacant at 130, right? Anthony Kakasi just gave it up, but the number 1 and number 2 guys, was it Eduardo Sugar Nunez, and I can't remember the other guy. They should be fighting for the vacant title, right? And I would love to see them fight for unification after that, you know what I'm saying? Or get a defense in, and then fight for that. Or maybe even the winner of that interim belt, or if they're going to give him the full belt, I'm not sure yet. Maybe they could fight Ray Ford, and then that'd be a potential unification between Ray Ford and Oshiki Foster, or Ray Ford and Emmanuel Navarrete, or Lamont Roach and one of them. You know what I'm saying? I know Emmanuel Navarrete is fighting Charlie Suarez next. Suarez, the Filipino fighter. But yeah, I would like to see unification. So I'm not really interested in guys fighting above or below their division, unless you're moving to that division or you dominated the current division you're in. That's just my personal opinion. So but yeah, I wouldn't be too mad at it, man. I wouldn't be too mad at it. Yo, Koki, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? Definitely don't watch Shock versus Core. Yeah, He said a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it might put you to sleep.
Yeah.
It might put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Might put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Let me stop. People acting like they really want to see Shock versus Shakur. That shit. Exactly. Bro, hold on. My boy Oscar said people acting like they really want to see Shock versus Shakur anyway.
Yeah.
That shit whack.
Yeah.
De Los Santos versus Shakur vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to see that anyway, you know, but I mean, it is what it is, man. Garden Snake Mentality said, what's up, Doc? Am I wrong for saying Norman isn't Dunkin' Boots? Shout out to my guy, Garden Snake Mentality. Dropping that graffiti on the chat walls. Yes, sir. Got a little blue hue with the chat. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
He says, what's up, Doc? Am I wrong for saying Norman is not ducking boots? No, you're not wrong, bro. Like, that's been my opinion. I don't think he's ducking them. Like I said, the reason why, okay, so shout out to you on the super chat. I just talked about this earlier today, but I talked about this for a long time. I'm sure you heard me talk about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody having the valuation of themselves and them determining that somebody is not giving them what they expect for this particular engagement. I mean, Stanionis, up until this point, he said the same thing. He said he's been offered boots twice and the money was not there. Same with Bob Santos, who's a trainer, Barrio Barrios. He expressed the same sentiment, saying that they talked about fighting boots in preliminary talks, but the money was not sufficient. So why are we mad at Brian Norman Jr. when they essentially say the same thing? I don't care if it's his biggest payday or not. I understand that, but then that's you overstepping your boundary and your jurisdiction. You're not a financial advisor. How dare you try to tell somebody how much they're worth for a particular job they're about to do? You wouldn't like nobody telling you what to make. In fact, you probably don't even have a say in how much you make at your job. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that we can't have opinions, but we should draw a line. You know, Would I have been happy if Norman would have fought Boots? Of course. But we have to also realize that Norman was the underdog when he fought Giovanni Santillan. He fought him in his backyard of San Diego. Who the hell fights in San Diego? You see what I'm saying? It's because it was a homecoming that Brian Norman spoiled for Giovanni Santillan. He was the underdog, and he upset the guy who was the interim champion, Giovanni Santillan. And then he turned around. We wanted him to have his first defense against the guy who is considered the best at 147 and Jerron Boots Ennis just because he's a title holder. No, bro, let him have his first defense. Let him go through the progressions, because as soon as fighters lose, especially American fighters, we call them trash. We throw them right out the window. So why would we rush him into that? Let him go ahead and have his first defense against Derek Cuevas, which he did. Now it's successful. Now it's going to build intrigue for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because if he would have lost to Boots, we would have just said he's trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
You see what I'm saying? We can't wait to call somebody trash. Now, this is the part where I disagree, where this is a problem, garden snake mentality. In my opinion, Brian Norman Sr., this is an example of talking a little bit too much. Because what did Brian Norman Sr. on record say about Boots? He said verbatim, he said, if Boots beats Stanionis and Boots doesn't fight my son, then Boots is a B word. He said flat out that if you don't fight us next, Boots,
Nigga, you's a bitch.
that's what he said. He said that he's a bitch if he doesn't fight us next. So you can't say that. You can't make this proclamation to say that, oh, he's weak if he doesn't fight you next. But then you tell me that you're entertaining fighting Jin Sasaki. I personally think that Brian Norman versus Jin Sasaki is a great fight, because Jin Sasaki, while he is offensively good, he's very defensively irresponsible. He blocks with his face, just like Jaime Munguia. But I like Jaime Munguia because he's entertaining. Either you going or he's going, because he don't care about, he fight with reckless abandon. He throws punches in bunches. He's a high volume puncher. Jaime Munguia is one of the most exciting fighters to watch for me. I mean, I'm saying, even with him getting knocked down in Tijuana by Bruno Soros, right? I still think he's exciting, right? And I look forward to seeing him bounce back. Same with Jin Sasaki. If you ever watched him fight, I've seen him fight like 4 or 5 times now. He's done like a 8-9 fight win streak. He's a regional champion in the 147-pound division. He came down and made it his business to challenge Brian Norman Jr., after Brian Norman Jr. Successfully had his first title defense. I think that fight is great, especially if he goes to Japan and he could up his profile and give him more leverage for future fights against Barrios and Boots. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great fight. However, you can't make a declaration and say that somebody's a bitch for not fighting you and then turn around and act like you're not about to fight him. If you're not fighting Boots, can we not say that Brian Norman?
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Can we not, by deduction, can we not make the same proclamation? Absolutely, we have to. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard you say that about Boots. So if you turn around and don't fight Boots now, then you're the same thing you call Boots, and that's a bitch. It is what it is. You can't have it both ways, man. So that's the problem I have with Brian Norman Sr. right now. You talk about entertaining Jin Sasaki, which I don't have a problem with that fight, but you can't say that if somebody doesn't fight you next, you don't understand how they wouldn't fight you next. What you mean? If Boots fights Teofimo, that's a bigger fight, right? Because Boots and Teofimo, I'm not saying I like it. I don't like it better from a competitive standpoint, and I like unifications, but it's a better fight. As in a bigger fight is going to generate more revenue, because what? Combat sports, what do we like to do? We like to explore the racial dynamic. We like to exploit the cultural differences, right? So whether it's a black versus a black fighter versus a Hispanic fighter, American fighter versus a Mexican fighter, English fighter versus American fighter, Mexican fighter versus Puerto Rican fighter, any type of combination of where we have ethnic differences or cultural differences or nationality differences is going to be a bigger fight naturally. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Teofimo and Boots would represent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it'll be a bigger fight than Brian Norman. So you have to be able to understand it. Just like you understand how Brian Norman fighting Jin Sasaki ups your profile, because it'll expose you to another market, and Japan loves boxing. Shout out to the JBC, Japan Boxing Commission. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think he's hypocritical in that regard. But other than that, I don't mind Brian Norman getting another fight that's not a unification. I told you I don't even mind Mario Barrios not getting a unification, but I do think that Mario Barrios needs to be in a meaningful fight. He hasn't been in a meaningful fight in a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Candy Slim, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. He said, has Shushu responded to Ray calling him a biatch? I don't know. I don't know if he responded. I don't know. He should respond. He should say something. You gotta do something, baby. You gotta do something, because ain't no way. Y'all ain't even fight yet. And right now, Raymond Ford got Bruce Shushu Carrington looking like fight back.
Get him up. Let him get up. Let him get up. Let him get up. Fight back, nigga. Fight back.
Yeah, you can't have nobody call you a B word as a fighter. You not say nothing. But, you know, maybe Shushu's taking the high road. Because I will say this about Shushu. I made a video about it too, Candy Slim. Yeah, Ray Ford called him a B word, called him outside his name. But, you know, I think that little beef kind of went downhill and kind of went in a manner in which it didn't have to go. When I made a video, I talked about it. You know, Ray Ford and Bruce Shushu Carrington, up until that point, they were very, you know, cordial. I ain't gonna say they were friends, but they were cordial. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Shushu Carrington even congratulated Raymond Ford when he beat Odebeck and stuff like that. But I guess, you know, Ray Ford took offense to when Bruce Shushu Carrington was saying that, yeah, he wants to fight Ray Ford and that he thinks he'll beat him when they were in the same 126-pound division. But you got to understand that interviewers interview and interviewees get interviewed, right? Meaning, what I mean by that, I mean that when you're working in the capacity of an interviewee, that means you're being asked questions and you're fielding the questions. It wasn't his fault that, I'm not defending Shushu either. I'm just defending what it is. The interviewer asked him about potential opponents, and they brought up Ray Ford and all the other champions at 126 at that time. It was Ray Ford, Divino Espinosa, Ray Vargas at that time, and was Nick Ball a champion yet? No. Who else was it? Angelo Leo. And so he said, yeah, man, he said, I think I could beat him. What do you want him to say? You know what I'm saying? Now getting disrespectful is something else. You know, you can say the respectful manner. And shout out to Ray Ford. He said, hey, man, he said, I'm food on the menu. I'm going to take offense to that. I'm not mad at that, him taking offense to it, but I don't think it was anything crazy. But yeah, but to answer your question, no, I haven't seen Bruce Shushu to respond to Ray Ford yet, to answer your question. Give me a second, chat. Let me blow my nose real quick. Hey, y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Become a member, man. Shout out to all the members. Yeah, man. So I think that you feel me? A scroll, you feel me? He said Brian Norman wasn't set up to succeed that night versus absolutely he wasn't. People forget that pugilism. Talk to him, pugilism. Hold on, my boy pugilism is about to preach right now, man. Pastor pugilism is approaching the altar. So please, everybody face forward in your pews. He's about to preach right now. Shout out to my guy pugilism. He says Brian Norman was not set up to succeed that night. Yeah. Verse said Tillin. And Brian Norman never gave up on himself after a poor performance the fight before. Yeah. That's a fact. He's referencing the fight before against Boca Chica, which was a no contest, so he looked pretty bad. But you know, according to Brian Norman, he said that his hands were messed up, and now he has healthy hands, and you see what he could do. And look what he did to Derek Cuevas. But he got to tighten up that defense. But it's okay. You know, everybody can get hit, man. People act like you can't get hit, bro. It's boxing. You hit and try not to get hit, but you're going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It's how you recover. So I'm looking forward to Brian Norman doing his things. Right now, if you ask me who wins between Brian Norman and Boots, I got Boots right now. But it's hard to go against Boots right now after what he did at Stanionis, because I'm going to be honest, Brian Norman versus Stanionis, that's a good fight. I don't know who wins. I don't know who wins between Brian Norman and Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? But I know what Boots did to Stanionis, and that was crazy. Because even though I had Boots winning, y'all remember, I had Boots winning by unanimous decision. I didn't have him winning by slaughter. I didn't give Stanionis one round. I didn't give him one round, bro. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Stanionis. So I still think he could bounce back. I'm looking forward to the Lithuanian former champion to bounce back. And I'm also looking forward to the American champion and Brian Norman, Drawn Boots Ennis, do good things. That's fair. I appreciate it, Garden Snake. Yeah, I just try to be fair, man. That's all we do. Be fair around here, man. Be fair and be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about me being fair. It's hard to find me contradicting myself because I'm always fair, bro. And it just comes natural. I really like the sport. Shout out to my guy Clone, man. My guy Clone 12 in the building, man. Big member in the building. And my boy coming through with the gosh dang super chat, man. Dropping that graffiti on the chat walls with that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir. My boy Clone says, shout out to you for streaming still with all you got going on, man. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate that, brother. Yes, sir, man. You know we get the hustle off the muscle, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir, man. We get out the mud around here, man. We got to keep working, man. As long as God give me the strength, I'm gonna keep working, man. But I'm requesting a streaming schedule, and I need to know your new excuse for This man said a streaming schedule. Bro, you know it's crazy, but you know, hey, shout out to my boy Clone, man. That's my guy. You know what's so funny about that Al Booger? Don't laugh at him, bro. Cause you see, he's terrible, bro. You see, this is what I talk about when I say that you gotta let people say what they want. Cause people go talk crazy all the time. He said a streaming schedule, chat. Let me show you something. Let me show you something, chat. Let me show you something, chat. How's this for a streaming schedule, chat? Unless I just made this that quickly. I think my streaming schedule has been posted for a long time. I've known Clone for a long time. What does that say right there, chat? That says live daily, 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. New vids daily. So not only do I give you my schedule Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. for the morning show and 7 p.m. for the evening show, I also tell you I drop new videos daily. I even give you my social media, my Twitter, and my TikTok, Dr. PGNGM. Praise God and get money. That's what that means. Praise God and get money. You know what I'm talking about? Dr. Boxer Talk. The schedule's right there, baby. And look, if you click on this right here, more about my channel, what does it say right here? Live, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the morning show, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the evening show. Fight commentary plus new content daily. Now, unless I'm quick as hell, and I just typed that up just now since he dropped that super chat, I would like to think that this has been there. Come on now. Come on now. You know I do my thing. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to run that again. My fault. You know I do my thing. So I can't help what you don't see. You feel me? That don't mean it's not there to be seen. You feel me? Got Boots too, a bit more polished. Yeah, he's definitely more refined. I agree. But Brian Norman might have a bit more character with the challenge. Okay, yes, exactly. And he's young, bro. He's what? Boots is young. Boots is what? 27? Brian Norman's younger. He's 23, 24. So yeah, Boxing Talk 24/7. Talk to him. Boogie, he's choosing whatever. He been ducking like hey, watch your mouth, man. Well, boy, Cinnamon don't duck nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I'm gonna pull up on you in that Undisputed. You gonna get that bing bang boom just like Cinnamon dude. Hater. You a hater, bro. Ain't nobody ducking nothing, man. We out here, man. We out here, bro. But yeah, man, I think that what the heck? I think that man, we got some great boxing, man. We just got to be open to it, man. And you know, we always here, man. Shout out to my guy Clone, man. He's trolling me, but yeah, I actually didn't stream yesterday though, so he is partially right. Yesterday I was a bit under the weather, and I was trying to get some shorts, man. I'm trying to do some more shorts, man. But it's just, like I said, I'm not complaining, but it is just me on my own, you know. So I got to think about all the ideas, and I try to go off live as often as possible. I was actually thinking about redoing my schedule actually, because I'm like, maybe I'm going live twice a day is a little much, because sometimes there are lulls in the boxing news world, or maybe there's not. Like we talked about earlier, man. Maybe I could talk about the little Twitter beefs that people be having, but that just doesn't intrigue me. But that I got to work on that, you know what I'm saying, as far as doing stuff that the people would like more so than just what I like, you know. So do what I like, of course, too, first and foremost, but also do what the people want to see as well. And if people want to see that, then that'll make it easier to come up with topics as well, because it makes a lot. There's plethora of things to talk about when you talk about these little Twitter beats that people be having, from Clarissa Shields to Amanda Serrano, Alicia Bumgarner, MVP, Tank and whoever, Shakur and whoever, Cambosos and whoever. So there are some beefs to talk about. And speaking of Twitter and beefs, the little tweets, it always makes me uncomfortable. Is it appropriate to do the Canelo bang bang bing to another man? Hey, yo, come on. Come on, man. No Diddy, bro. Come on, man.
No Diddy.
Come on now, Booger. What we doing, man? No Diddy, man. Come on, man. Yo, shout out to my guy Ty in the building. Big member in the building. Come on, man. Come on, man. Bing, come on, man. Do it to another man is crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, man. Anyway, well, let's talk. Speaking of tweets, man. Shout out to Al Booger out of pocket. But speaking of tweets though, man, Carlos Adames, man, I don't know if it's because I like when fighters get justice, you know what I'm saying? I think all fighters should be treated fairly. I became a bigger David Allen fan when they did him dirty against Johnny Fisher. I'm gonna be honest, you know, because there's no way that David Allen lost that fight. Shout out to Johnny Fisher and David Allen for taking the rematch, but David Allen definitely beat Johnny Fisher. But you know, Johnny Fisher, the Rumford Bull, is considered a Riyadh season ambassador. He one of those that's close in the fold, you know what I'm saying? So it behooved them not to have him lose. Not saying that robberies don't happen everywhere, you know, so whether it's PBC or Top Rank or Matchroom or Golden Boy or Queensberry, whatever, robberies happen occasionally, right? But that one just didn't look good. You know, it was a Riyadh season robbery, and they don't happen often on Riyadh season. They've been doing a pretty good job, except for when it came to Johnny Fisher versus David Allen and freaking Hamza Shiraz versus Carlos Adames, right? That was another robbery, right? Carlos Adames clearly beat Hamza Shiraz, right? But Carlos Adames was talking, you know, on Twitter, and he was like, you know, hey man, he said, you know, hey bro. He said, all of a sudden I'm seeing, he said, we're living in a new age of boxing because you could win one fight and suddenly be declared the best, and then you could win a fight and not be in a division, and all of a sudden they're talking about you're the best in different divisions that you haven't even fought in yet. You know, and he was talking about Boots. He's not talking to Boots, but he's talking about Eddie Hearn, because Eddie Hearn referenced Boots. In referencing Boots, said that Boots is the best at 147 and he will be the best at 154, and it'll also translate to 160. I love the fact that Carlos Adames took offense to it. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that he also threw shots at his contemporary in Janibek, because I think everybody wants to see that fight at 160, and Carlos Adames has been seeming like he's really about that life, you know what I'm saying? So I would love for these fights to happen, and let's see if it does happen. But I love the fact that Carlos Adames is like, hold on, man, y'all gotta tighten up, bro. You can't be acting like this guy's the best. This is my division. This is where I'm at, you know. So we'll see if it happens, and we'll see how what's the name responds to it. We'll see if Eddie Hearn's responds to it, which I don't think he does. But we'll also see if we could get that Janibek fight, man. I want to pull up what he said so y'all can see exactly what he says. Let me see real quick what he said. Okay, here it is right here. So look what he said right here. He said, this is Carlos Adames, Bronco Adames on Twitter. Man, move, man. He says, the world is changing. We have a champion who's only brave because of X. So basically he's talking about Janibek, because Janibek is saying, you know, after he knocked, hey, that Janibek Alimkanuli knockout against Asamine, I can't remember how I pronounce his name. That was a great knockout, but nobody really knew him, right? So this is what he's talking about. You know, Janibek has been saying, oh yeah, I'll fight anybody. I want to fight Canelo. I want to fight David Benavidez. Like, bro, stop it, man. Go fight Carlos Adames. That's the fight we want to see. Carlos Adames or Erislandy Lara. And my preference would be Carlos Adames. But he said we have a champion who's only brave because of X. He's referencing Janibek. And then he said, then I read about someone who, after one win, talk about Jerome Buzenis, can supposedly beat everyone at 154 and 160 like it's a TV series. Enough already. And I'm with Carlos Adames. You know what I'm saying? I think that's disrespectful. You know, it's okay for Eddie Hearn to pick up your fighter. That's what you're supposed to do. But to make it sound so definitive is like, come on now. Like, he hasn't even conquered 147 yet. I think he will, as long as he gets the opportunity. But let the appropriate progression happen. You know what I'm saying? Let him be undisputed at 147. Let him conquer 147 before we talk about 154. And then let him do his thing at 154 before we talk about him conquering 160. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give some respect to Carlos Adames. And if you ask me right now, I don't think anybody at 147, Boots, Brian Norman, or otherwise, beats Carlos Adames. I just don't. But maybe I respect weight classes too much. So let's get that out the way right now. I don't think anybody at 147 beats Carlos Adames. So I'm not mad at that, man. Shout out to Carlos Adames. Hey, Ty, check your DMs, man. I hit you in the DM the other day, man. Yesterday, I think. Carlos, my guy, but Boots would fish fillet fry. He would fish fillet fry that Bronco. Boots at 5. What did he say? Carlos, my guy, but he would fish fillet fry. Hey, go ahead, hit me. Go ahead, hit me with it, Ty. He said Bronco's my guy, but I don't care if Turkey's rubbing on that thigh. I don't care if he has a steroid supply. Boots at 5. You know what I'm talking about? That's crazy. Fish fillet fry, turkey rubbing on that thigh. Or mile high, boots at 5. That's crazy, bro. Carl's my guy, but boots and fish fillet fry, that man, the Frenchman. That's crazy. Don't do it like that. Garden State Mentality said, for the grind, Doc. I appreciate that, man. My boy dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. That's crazy, bro. Bronco, my guy. But I don't care if it's fish fillet fry, mile high, or turkey rubbing on that thigh. Boots at 5. Oh, you responded? Okay, my fault. My fault. Hey, kick the bar. You feel me, y'all booger? Carlos, my guy. But I don't care if it's a fish fillet fry, mile high, or turkey rubbing on that thigh. Boots at 5. Hey, I'm about to open up the Discord, man. The Discord is open. Anybody wants to join, man. I pretty much hit all the topics that I wanted to talk about. Shout out to all the love I received in the Discord. I mean, in the super chat, you know what I'm saying? That goes a long way to keep us going and growing. Like I said, don't forget to smack that like button. If you cannot contribute in the super chat, it's cool. If you cannot contribute as a member, it's cool. Man, hit that like button. The like button is free. You know what I'm saying? For the free ski. That don't take nothing but 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds, man. Just scroll to that like button and smash it. It helps the algorithm keep pushing our videos, you know what I'm saying? And tell everybody about subscribing as well, man. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, my bad. Subscribe to the channel, man. Keeps us going and growing. And hit that notification bell as well so you get notified when we drop the YouTube video bangers, man. And watch the videos all the way through, man. This is all free ways to support the grind and the hustle. And you know we get it off the muscle, man. Straight out the mud. So anybody hating on us, that's because, you know, they see us as a threat, man. And they know they can't do what we do. You know what I'm talking about? Dedication is crazy. Rubbing on that way. You know, come on, man. You know Turk be rubbing on that thigh meat. You know Turk be rubbing on that thigh meat, man. Stop playing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, he rubbed on AJ's thigh meat. He done rubbed down Dana White's thigh meat. He done rubbed down Oscar Fishnet thigh meat. He done rubbed on Eddie Hearn's thigh meat. Come on, man. You seen it. Stop playing, man. Hey, he almost got my boy Cinnamon, you know what I'm saying? My boy Cinnamon had to dodge it. You seen him? Mr. Jackson. My boy Cinnamon had to, hey, hold on now. You know, I ain't seen him get Terrence Crawford yet either, but, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, I see Tyson Fury get that thigh meat rubbed on. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see Bud and Cinnamon yet, you know what I'm talking about? They been dipping, ducking, and dodging, but hey, protect them thighs, man. Justice for them thighs. My boy Turk be rubbing them down, you feel me? Yeah, I'll be right back. Let me go. I'm gonna open up the Discord. Let me go blow my nose real quick, and then I'll be right back. Oh, man, excuse me. All right, my bad, y'all. Sorry about that. Hey, all right, so I'm about to open up the Discord for my boys and my girls, my kings and my queens. We got 2 people in there right now, man. Shout out to my guy Ty, man. Dropping that hello yellow on a fellow, man, with that bread, that cheese, that butter. He said, finna pull up like Bronny at the free throw line. He said, so you about to brick a shot, man? Shout out to my guy Ty, man, pulling up, man. I think Eddie is working his hardest out of all the promoters. I agree. Bro, that's why I've always liked Eddie Hearn, man. Like, I like all the promoters. I like PBC. I like Matchroom. I like Golden Boy. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Oscar be getting on my nerves because he be capping the most. But I have nothing against the promoters, bro. I don't want any of them to go. You know, I feel like it's good for boxing the more, you know. Well, I mean, I guess you could argue that the less promoters they have, it better for boxing. But, you know what I'm saying? I think that they all bring good stuff. You know, but, you know, it is what it is. I think that the holding hands is a little weird too myself. Hey, you know, it's different cultures, though. I'm not knocking the culture. I'm just saying you get that thigh meat rubbed down. You know what I'm talking about? You bring out that oil, boy, you might be in trouble. You feel me? Yo, we got my boy Oscar. We got my boy Ty in the building, man. King Oscar, King Ty in the building. What's good, fellas?
Yo.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna fix my audio.
Sound straight to me. I don't know. Oh, Oscar.
No, I was putting you on speaker.
Oh, okay. Oscar.
Still sitting at my desk.
Okay, I'm gonna pull Oscar out and pull him back up. Yo, Oscar, you there? Maybe he's just away right now. Yo.
He was there.
Oh, he was? Okay. Let me pull him out again. Pull him up. Oscar shit raggedy. Yo. Hey, join back, Oscar, because we can't hear you. I'm gonna disconnect you. He said, all right, what's good though, bruh? Appreciate the super chat, man. What's popping?
Yeah, just came to listen to the gospel, you know what I mean?
Hey, you feel me? Trying to spread it out, man. So what you think about this Carlos Adames stuff, man? You said my boy get fish fried? What'd you say? Fish fried?
Hey, like a fish fillet fry, you know what I mean?
Excuse me. My boy said mile high, fish fillet fried, turkey rubbing on them thighs. Boots and
There's
five.
3 names of guys up from a lower weight. Carlos shouldn't even speak their name. Charles Conwell. No.
Shout out to Charles Conwell. I like him. Who?
He don't want that work again.
Oh yeah. He don't want no. I heard about the Bud stuff now.
And Boots.
You don't want that pressure? That's too much pressure?
No, it's just a stylistic nightmare for him. But the other guys, he can give him something.
Okay. It's weird for me too, but I remember, that's the thing, boy. That's why I don't be too. I'm gonna poke fun, you know. I'm gonna poke my fun, but I don't be putting too much pressure on it for real. Like I don't be questioning the sexuality and nothing like that. I just say the action, you know. The action, you be rubbing on them thighs and holding them hands. So, but I don't never say like, oh, it's just that means, you know. You'll never hear me say the sexuality stuff. That's none of my business. Number one. But I am gonna say what I see. You know, you rubbing that thigh meat down. Joe, funny.
I know Big Turk not gipping, but cultural differences make a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a lot, right?
When he was showing them teeth, for Canelo, I was like, hold on now.
You feel me? Yo, YD in the building. What's good, brethren? Let's see if Oscar back alive. We got you live, bro. Oh, Oscar going through it today.
He might have to click the change audio output.
Something. Yeah, you looking bad, bro. But yeah, man. So so you said Carlos Adames, he gotta stay away from Budrick, Boots, and who's the other one?
Charles
Conwell. Shout out to Charles Conwell, man. Charles Conwell actually fights this weekend, man. He's on the undercard of Gabriela Fedora, the youngest undisputed in the 4-belt era ever, you know what I'm saying, male and female. Devin Haney still holds it down for the male side as the youngest, as a male specifically, the youngest male to ever do it in the 4-belt era. But Gabriela Fedora beat him, and now she's the youngest boxer, undisputed boxer in the 4-belt era. She'll be fighting Badillo. I can't remember her first name. Monica Badillo? I don't remember. But yeah, Maria Badillo maybe. But he's fighting Badillo, and on the undercard, Charles Conwell's fighting. So I'm looking forward to seeing Charles Conwell. I can't remember who he's fighting, but should be good, man. Should be good. Actually, unfortunately, I won't be able to be live because you know it's Easter. I think I'm going down to my a lot of us are meeting at my aunt's house. I might go live though, you know what I'm saying? Just won't be in the setup. I might go live from the phone if I can watch it over there and see it. But yeah, man. So yeah, Charles Como, man. I'm looking forward to him, man. I think Charles Como is going under the radar. Shout out to I mean, he's young, right? But as far as like Jonas Tellis and what's the other guy? Xander Zayas. They're both young at 154, but they're interim champions right now. Is Xander interim champion or he ranked number one? Either he's ranked number one or he's interim at WBO. And I know Jonas
I think he
Tellis
gets set up for one.
Okay, yeah, he gets set up. And then Jonas Tellis is he's interim at WBA, correct? Yeah, so you know, I think Charles Conwell is just kind of flying under the radar, but man, I don't. The point that I'm making is that I'm just as excited to see him. I think he has just as much potential as, if not more, than Jonas Tellis and Xander Zayas. I think Xander Zayas has the highest ceiling, but but that don't mean you got the potential, and hey, you got that dog. Charles Conwell definitely has that dog. So
I think Charles is the best prospect out of them, but he's just with the wrong promoter.
Golden Boy ain't pushing him right, you think?
He ain't gonna get no shine or get in position there.
He said, I can't hear y'all. My shit whack. I'm gonna pull you out. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna pull you back up now. Let's see what you're talking about. You talking? Yo. Yes, sir,
There you
man.
go.
Hey, let's go. Persistence, chat. Persistence, man. Never give up.
Never give up. And remember,
Never
stay
give up, bro.
brown, because staying brown is the most important thing you can do.
Talk to him. Talk to him. Shout out to my guy
Big Turk
Oscar.
turned
Man.
his water off.
Hey, facts. But I want if you don't mind, give a further elaboration on why you think that he won't get any shine at Golden Boy. 'Cause I'm in agreement with you, Ty. I just want to hear your thoughts. As far as
Behind the scene politics, I hate to pull the black card or whatever, but Oscar and Golden Boy have a knack for showing you a certain talent, but not matching with the proper guys to get them ranked or in position. And then when they do, it's usually because the other guy they wanted to let shine, but if he beats him, they gonna shelf his ass.
Yep. And you know what's crazy about that too? I'm so glad you said that part, because that's what I was thinking about. You know, Alfonso Gomez, man, back in the day. That's what Alfonso Gomez said that Oscar did to him. You know, and not obviously not, he's not black, but I'm just saying that they have a history of doing that if you're not their guy. That's the point that I'm bringing.
Darker shade.
Yeah, or maybe that too. Yeah, because colorism
And if you want to put it,
goes a lot of ways, man.
If you want to put it in perspective, Cepeda was going down that road. It's full with a sign with them.
Yeah. Yep. And Shakur. Yep. Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, but hopefully Charles Conwell gets his gets fair treatment and what he deserves. 'Cause he is a good talent, man. Like I said, I don't think there's much separation. No matter who you like, I don't think there's much separation between him, Jonas Tellis, and Xander Zayas. So you know, and we've seen the other two more. So what Jonas is with PBC, Xander's with Top Rank, and Charles is with yeah, exactly. He's already interim, right? And Charles Conwell is Golden Boy. So we'd like to see him more. And 154 is a deep division too, man. So hey, there's no it's not like there's a shortage of good fights. So
I just don't see how, out of all the fighters at 154, Tellis is an interim, and against who he did it.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened either. I'm not gonna lie. He got that interim status over beating who did he beat? Jason Rosario? No, I'm tripping. No, that was Jesus Ramos who fought him. J-Rock. Yeah, J-Rock. Julian Williams. Yep. Julian J-Rock Williams. Yep, that was crazy.
He low-key did it the right way.
Yeah.
Some regional belts really get you in position.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's a good point. I was just shocked when I found out that was an interim fight, though. I was like, damn. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I was like, this shit?
It's J-Rock? Okay.
Yeah.
He's a veteran, though. You know, J-Rock is a good former, you know, did his thing, man. Shout out to J-Rock, man. No disrespect. I was just surprised.
Yeah.
I was just surprised, man.
But, you ask Eddie Hearn, he asked. That guy, Julian, whatever his name is, you know, these guys.
Eddie Hearn disrespectful, bro. Eddie Hearn disrespectful, bro. Oh, man. What y'all think about the Devin interview, man? I mean, sorry, not Devin interview. The Bill Haney Trill Bill interview, man. What y'all think about that on Cigar Talk? I don't know if you watched it, Oscar. I'm sure Ty watched it. I watched it yesterday. If you did
I need to watch it.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was a continuation of what him and Bozy was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pimps and Hoes?
I did like that though. He gave Bozy a lot of credit. I love that, man. I think Bozy, you said Pimps and Hoes. I think Bozy, not saying he's flying under the radar. People know him, but I don't think. I think right now, like when we talk about trainers, it's Robert Garcia and Bo Mack and everybody else. Rightfully so. I think that they're the best. But I think Bozy is definitely he's doing his thing, man. Andy Cruz, his son, Jerron Boots in this, obviously, and O'Shea Jones, and I'm missing somebody. Andy Cruz.
Young Scooter.
Young Scooter, that's what it is. Stephen Fulton, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he's doing his thing, man. So
doesn't he have another young guy? There's another young guy that he has, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name.
Is that what's the name? Davis, something Davis, right?
I think so. He just fought recently too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Bozy is just lacking the achievements from his fighters. Like I see people already saying like he should be #1 trainer.
No, I wouldn't say #1.
I'm not mad because I respect Bozy and like what he's doing. I think he's got a good staple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, none of them have done much. If I say I say top 3, top 4.
Yeah, I definitely.
If I had to rank them.
Yeah, and that's no knock. That's dope. You know, I think that's right where he should be, top 3, top 4. You know, and I think he is on his way. Because let's say Andy Cruz, he's supposed to be a title eliminator, which we know is an interim belt. You know, a code for interim belt. He's supposed to be a title eliminator soon. The way the rumors are going in the IBF, and so then that'll be an interim champion. And then he has Boots, who's a unified and ring champion. And then he has Stephen Fulton, who's a champion. So yeah, and then O'Shea Jones is a champion. So he's doing it on male and female. You know what I'm saying? Black, Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it in different cultures and different genders. And man, he's definitely coming up for sure. Definitely coming up.
I just wonder because I believe 3 of them guys at a minimum. I'm not saying they're, but you know, 3 out of them guys are gonna be something serious in their division.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder how it's gonna be like managing them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I know. Shout out to my boy Ty, man. Don't beat me up too much, but I'm still not sold on Andy Cruz. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know how good. I'm still like,
yeah.
I'm still not sold.
That's what
on
I said.
him.
Like he could make it.
Yeah, he could make it, but I think
He's gonna show y'all.
Yeah. I hope so. But
yeah, I just gotta see more of him, honestly.
To me, his bona fide champs are Boots, of course, O'Shea Jones, the lady, and Stephen Fulton. And even with Stephen Fulton, he's in a hot division. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking about him potentially moving up to fight Oshiki Foster. I'm not sure about that, man. You know,
you got any insight about that fight that you can share?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that 130 move, so we'll see.
I think it's Mickey because I told y'all before about the Top Rank shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all offer up Shoe? He came out there, said what he said, but y'all don't want to put that on paper.
Exactly.
He's scary.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then y'all hoeing Espinoza.
Exactly.
Why is he not out for negotiations?
That part.
Nah, I think Espinoza's frozen. If you had asked me, that boy frozen.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing Espinoza like that. I mean, he does have a fight though, right? He's fighting on the undercard, but
you know why,
bro? Like let him get some fights in. Let him get the talks at 126. He's not even spoken about. Like it's crazy. But go ahead, Oscar.
You know why?
Why? Nah,
he was the one that was supposed to move up.
Oh yeah. That part. Yeah.
He getting a here man damn fight. Right. Not what he asked for.
Exactly. And it's unfortunate because that's the guy that I like the most to go for undisputed, you know, successfully. Yeah. I would like anybody to go for undisputed, but I if I had to put money on it, I'll put money on Espinoza. Yo, we got Clone in the building. What's good, bro?
Yo, what's good, my niggas, man?
You chilling.
Yo.
How's the undisputed smoke?
Oh yeah, Pete, he ducking and dodging.
Come on, bro. I said I'm ducking, bro. I'm ducking. Undisputed smoke me?
Bro, you start the stream up every time we about to fight.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro. Hey, yo. That's funny.
But what y'all talking about? I've been out of the loop, man. I've been busy and stuff. So I missed the Boots fight, so I was kind of mad about that. I watched the highlights though.
Oh, you missed it? Oh, that was a good fight, man.
Yeah, I missed the fight.
That's a good
Yeah,
fight.
you ain't missed that.
He said, "Yeah,
I ain't missed that.
Look at Ty. Look at Ty. Because I ain't gonna lie, Ty been telling us that was supposed to happen. So you're right. If you listen to Ty, then you ain't missed nothing. But yeah, that was a good fight, man. It was
competitive?
No.
So no.
Yeah, he didn't win one round.
I was gonna say till it finished, but I'm like, nah.
He was
like
windmilling.
the second round, maybe. The second round was kind of close.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Oh, okay. So when I say it's not competitive, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like it's watchable. Like Stanionis was doing his thing. It's just he didn't win any rounds, so it wasn't competitive in that way. But it wasn't like, oh yeah, Stanionis ain't have a chance. And I felt like he had a chance. It's not like I felt like, oh, he had no chance. You know?
Is Boots just that much better than Stanionis?
Yeah, Boots.
Oh, okay.
And bigger.
Yeah, that much better. Okay. Yeah, he just.
And it wasn't the right style for him.
Right.
But
so who would give Boots the most competition?
It wasn't like it was like a lack of effort or anything. So
Jen Sasaki would get his ass cooked. He ain't got no hips.
I mean, I think all of them would, honestly. I think the
the
one that
rate.
realistically will give them, yeah, like the punch rate. Like I think that pressure, but Boots would just find a way around it, man. The way he was moving in there, and I'm just glad he showed like that type of movement, the way that he controlled the distance. Given it was a smaller guy too, like I mean, smaller than shorter guy, not smaller than the weight, just smaller than shorter guy.
Right.
But he was like the way he was controlling the distance. That I like that. I just don't see Boots losing in this division right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think he needs to move up eventually, or should he just try to?
No, I don't think he needs to move up. I mean, I think he just.
Get undisputed.
Yeah, get undisputed for sure. That's the thing I'll say about this too, though. I don't think like this is me personally. You know, I know a lot of people are saying he should move up because of what Oscar just said, and what I agree with that he's the most dominant. It's like, bro, you are the most dominant, so be freaking dominant. I never seen like this shit before. Like, bro, what is wrong with being dominant if you're dominant, bro? Like, how is this a knock, bro? I don't get it. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, oh, he's so good, he needs to move up. What type of mentality is that, bro?
No, bro.
That's the stupidest shit ever, bro.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. But I guess it would say like, I guess when people, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you know, when he retires or whatever, they're gonna look at his opponents and they're gonna look at them like, were they really any challenge?
But you know what they're gonna say? No, we're gonna say he's undisputed, just like we say about Nia anyway. Just like we say about Terrence Crawford. Just like we say about Alexander Usyk. We're gonna say he's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying don't move up. I'm saying there's an order of things. Move up after you dominate. That's what we do. Terrence Crawford moved up from 140 to 147 after he got undisputed at 140. He moved to 154 after he got undisputed at 147. Usyk moved to heavyweight after he got undisputed at cruiserweight. Anyway, moved to 122 after he got undisputed at 118 at bantamweight. They moved to super bantamweight. So what are we talking about? Come on now. Canelo got undisputed at 168, then when it fought whoever he fought at 175 and stuff like that. So
not only that, people are acting like he can't defend his titles. Like that's something bad.
Right.
But those are the legacy fights. That's how you know who the hell can't mess with you.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But no, I was gonna say this. I forgot about it when I was saying it. But it was like the way he was moving and controlling distance. It finally put a rest to the. Oh well, you know he's 147. He's dehydrated. He can't move. He got no speed movement. Bro, he just fought Karen. That's the whole thing. That's probably a bad style matchup, and a guy that he already fought. What the hell do you expect?
Talk to him. Yeah, so yeah, I think that people are saying that, man. I just feel like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. The people that I think saying that, and I'm not talking about like you, Clone. I'm talking about like the people that are like around the boxing media, like content creators and the commentators. I feel like when they say that, it's just code for saying, "Oh, we just want to see him lose." Like, what's wrong with dominating, bro? Yeah, thank you, Ty. Like, what's wrong with dominating? We don't get mad at Nia anyway for dominating. It's like, oh, he needs to move up. I mean, what? We don't. Come on, bro.
We do get mad at Canelo for dominating.
Yeah, that's true. Canelo, that's true. Yeah.
I'll give the detractors one thing. It does look bad when the best competition stylistically wise are the three guys that's coming up in weight.
Yes.
Theo, Devin, and Ryan.
Yep.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'll give you that one.
Hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not saying he got to live there, but let him. I mean, what he has 3 fights with Matchroom. His third fight was a unification, bro. That means they're doing something. You know what I'm saying? So give him 5-6 fights, man. Then we can talk about it. If he don't get
I am glad Conor Ben came in the picture though.
You said you are glad?
Yeah, Conor Ben, like because they were talking about Barrios.
Yeah.
And then there was that whole thing. I don't know how true it was. Depending on what they would say.
No, I think it's true. I think if Conor Ben wins, there might be something, but I don't foresee Eddie Hearn giving up his 2 cash cows like that. I mean, those are 2 stars. I don't think he's gonna put Ben with Boots, but he might. I don't know. He might. He might.
So what happens with
Hold on, what'd you say, Ty? And then we'll let you go, Cole.
Yeah, my bad, Ty.
No, you good.
They trying to put Ben with somebody else because Turkey
exactly.
put that bag bounty out there for it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that, man. Man, Eddie Hearn ain't stupid. Boots is smoke that boy. Go ahead, Cologne.
Oh yeah.
But I was asking y'all, so what happens with Brian Norman? Are they still in the same division, or did he move up or down?
No, he's still there. 147.
He's still there.
You can see.
So is that not the next opponent possibly for him, or does Brian Norman still got to fight somebody else?
No, it's possible.
It's possible with that nigga in PC.
Yeah.
You ain't see what his dad said?
He's here protecting custody, man. I think he might be going for Jin Sasaki. I think that route is going to be explored. But yeah, I think it's a possible. Go ahead, Ty. I think it's a possibility, but I'll let Ty talk about that part. I don't think it's gonna happen next, but I think it's a possibility it could happen next. I don't think it's gonna happen next. I think Boots and not Boots. I think Boots and Chakrom's happening. That's what I think. If you ask me, put my money. I think Boots and Chakrom's next, especially with Chakram both being on Matchroom, and Chakram taking the step aside money and Boots inheriting that mandatory. And then I think Norman and Sasaki's next. Those are fights I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at those fights. And if it don't happen, then I think maybe Boots could get Tio if Tio beats Barbosa, but I don't know. I think the most likely is Chakram.
I didn't even know they was in the same division, Boots and Tio.
No, well, they're not, but Tio's been talking about moving up to welterweight for a long time.
No, I don't think he want to fight no damn Boots. He's not gonna fight Boots.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so either, but we'll see.
They do for the turkey bag.
You gotta call out Canelo, bro.
Call Canelo, right? Do it for the turkey bag, right? Bozy has Boots and Kubo. Yep, I would put Bozy in top 3 or 5. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him at nowhere near. Like the gap from 2 and 3, I think is big.
I agree with that.
But there's nothing wrong with it. He's in the top 5 at least.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of trainers out there, man. A whole lot of trainers out there. You got a whole lot of trainers. So Stephen Bredman, Bob Santos, you know what I'm saying? Ronnie Shields, so many trainers. So to be even top 3 or 5 is impressive, especially this short amount of time too. I mean, he's not. I mean, not saying he hasn't been training for a good minute, but not that long. We've known about Robert Garcia much longer. We've known about Bomac for much longer. So as far as his popularity goes and people taking notice, he's relatively new. So as far as people paying attention, especially if you take into account that Robert Garcia, like he was a bad trainer at first. Remember the Margarito thing? Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were like, "Oh, he's such a bad trainer.
Yep.
He needs to drop that boy.
Yep.
And this and that. He should have stopped the fight."
Yep.
Look how long it took Bomac to break into that category.
Yep. Yes, sir, man. So I think there's some good traders out there still too. I mean, look at Derek James just picked up Alicia Bumgarner. What you think about that, Ty? Okay, you see him.
Oh, he picked up. Oh, okay.
Oh Lord, I don't know, man. Hopefully it does good for him, man. I don't know, man. Hey, Alicia Bumgarner, she look a little shaky right now. I go like a little traitor right now, She done went from the Devin Haney camp to now she went to Ryan Garcia. I don't know now. She looking a little shaky. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. She
gotta get the eye stream in her system.
She'll get the eye stream. It's crazy. Some of that, bro. It's crazy. Oh no, man. Last time she was working out with Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Now she done jumped ship and now she working out with Derek James and Ryan Garcia, man. I don't know now. Nah, I'm playing.
She was working out with them looking for a trainer. I can't say who the other guy was there.
Right, yeah, I know that was nothing official with her and Bill Haney. I was just messing with her. He said, Doc, you delete my comment about the lovely Miss Jones? I haven't deleted it. Sometimes what it called does that, man. A lot of times people be thinking it's me. YouTube be doing that, man. Y'all be saying crazy stuff and going against TOS.
Nah, he deleted it. He deleted it.
I ain't deleting nothing, bro. I don't even know what he's talking about.
It's the algorithm. The algorithm is soft, dude.
It is.
What about Miss Jones?
It is, bro. Like sometimes I respond to a comment and they wipe my comment too. Especially if you're talking about my videos. So that's why I just learning to just not even respond because that.
To be fair, fair in that case, if you use the word bitch in your response and you're the channel executive, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, YouTube probably tired of it. They say, God damn, we giving you how many times you gotta go through this, Pete?
No, but I don't even be using curse words sometimes, bro. I just like, bro, I can't say idiot. You know I love idiot. That's one of my favorite words right there.
Oh yeah, no.
I can't say you can't say idiot, bro. Yeah, you gotta switch it up. I gotta switch up the spelling. Yeah, imbecile. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, bro. But then the comment I'm responding to, they calling me all types of monkeys and all types of you know what I'm talking about? But I can't say idiot, bro. It's crazy, bro.
You gotta say remedial, or they let remedial slide.
Remedial slide, yeah. I'm just
bro. They be calling you dumbass hoe.
All types of stuff, bro. I can't say idiot.
Like you freaking, and you didn't even say fucking. You freaking idiot.
Well, you gotta think about it. The people that you responded to probably just report it.
Yeah, they do, and then that's what I've learned too because I actually got was it banned for 48 hours or 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that. So that's why I'm just
damn shame.
Yeah, because they said they'll block my channel, and I know that's what people do, man. They just want to. They
just want to engage, just to get you reported. That's what they be trying to do.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like I'm not even responding anymore. If it's not anything good, I'm not gonna respond.
I got blocked for a week and I ain't even monetized.
Oh yeah, they pulled the blicky on my boy.
But Ty be wilding though. Ty be wilding.
Ty be for be wilding, man. Ty for sure be wilding. Okay, I was like, damn, my comment wasn't that bad. Nah, bro, that's the thing, Al Booger. I don't even. I'm not saying people should do this. You know, I will type you out if you say something like racist or discriminatory or something like that. But even those, sometimes I let them rock too because I just ignore. Like the other person be calling me out my name all the time. I just ignore him. Right? He's a loser. I don't even know who he. I don't even know his name. So it's just that be hurting them the most when you don't even pay attention to him. So yeah,
because they're not gonna say it in real life.
Right, exactly. So it's rare that I delete a comment. I don't. And shout out to my mods too, man. I got good mods too, man. Shout out to shout out to the mods. They hold me down, but it's rare that I delete any comment. Don't really bother me.
I will say, if I time you out, you fucking up big time.
I'm telling you. Man, pull up on the Discord, Al Booger. You know what I'm saying? We just chopping it up right now, man. We chopping it up, man.
So who's fighting this weekend? Anybody fighting this weekend that I would know, or is it more like gotta be a boxing aficionado?
Yeah.
Dalton Smith? Ain't Dalton Smith fighting this weekend?
Don't nobody know. I don't even know that. He is. He's fighting Matthew Germain. I don't even want to know that. Yeah. Don't care about no Dalton Smith.
That was disrespectful as hell.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Don't care about no Dalton Smith. But Dalton Smith fighting, and then Gabriella Fedor's fighting. I'll say that's.
I'm familiar with her.
Charles Conwell's fighting. Yep, that's the biggest fight. I would say.
Is she defending her undisputed title?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Against Badillo. Yep. That should be a good one. I think I'm a miss this weekend though, like I said, because it's Easter and going over to my aunts. Going to my aunts in South Florida.
That's what's up.
Easter?
You said when? Sunday.
No. What celebrates Easter? What is celebrated on Easter?
It's a black holiday where you dress up and stuff.
This man said it's a black holiday. Bro, no, don't Oscar, don't listen to this man, bro. Oh, bro, it's celebrating the resurrection of Christ, bro. Don't listen to this dude, bro. Please don't listen to this man.
Is that not what we do on Easter? Am I wrong?
Wait a minute.
Do we not dress up and stuff?
Yes, we dress up, bro. Yes.
All right, okay. So that's what it is.
This man said it's a black holiday where you dress up in shiny suits. In shiny and colorful suits, bro. Bro, come on, bro. Nah, you disrespectful, bro. Nah, the man disrespectful, bro.
Here you go. I know my heart, man. He knows my heart is a good place.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, yeah. If anybody knows, it's God, because don't nobody else know. Yeah, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. Yeah, maybe God. Oh, yeah, maybe your God and your mama know. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else know. Because that's crazy. Hey, Styles, bro. The man's crazy, bro. That's why I can't have people on the Discord, bro. He said, bro, dress up and stuff. Yes, a black holiday where people dress up and stuff is wild, bro.
Yo, if you ask anybody what he says, I bet you they give you the same description.
I don't think so, bro. I honestly know, bro. But hey, if that makes you feel better, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes you feel better, bro. You know, I'm gonna let you believe that, bro. Oh my goodness, man! Shout out to my boy Chloe, man. But yeah, that's what Easter is, man. So we go spend some time, you know, maybe throw some Easter eggs for the little kiddos, for nieces and nephews and stuff like that. So yes, sir.
Yeah, hopefully it don't be storming. I know it's storm season.
Man, facts.
Oh, my bad, Oscar.
But isn't there alligators in Florida?
Huh?
Isn't there alligators in Florida?
Alligators and horses. Alligators and horses. Yes, sir. Lamborghinis and Porsches. Okay. No, that's just a song.
What if you had an Easter egg and like they're like, oh shit, an alligator. What the fuck?
It's an alligator egg? Well, should we about to hey. Here's what it is, man. We go, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it how you live.
Oh my God, new pet.
You feel me? Or new
You ever had gator bites before?
I don't know about I had gator. I don't know what gator bites are specifically. I had gator before though, yeah.
It's sort of like chicken nuggets, sort of.
Oh, okay. I don't think so. I had gator before. I had my remember I haven't had it. I think I had it like twice. I remember in high school when I was on the football team. My coach made some gator and snake. Talking about it tastes like chicken, bitch. I'm gonna eat chicken there.
I hate when people say that.
I hate that. I hate it too. It's like, well, bro, okay, it tastes like chicken. I'm gonna eat chicken.
I can't front though. I had frog legs before. They do kind of taste like chicken.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna front.
Yeah, you wild. I ain't never eat no frog legs. Nah. I don't even think I tried the snake. I just tried the gator though.
Yeah, I don't like the gator. It's not really a good taste.
Who said shiny Suits is a clone?
I ain't seen no shiny.
Or maybe I said it there, but I was just playing along with it. But maybe I said it. Maybe I said it.
Wait, what's your coach say? So y'all wanna have the snake fry?
What did he ask? Oh yeah, he just I don't remember if we coming off of a good back or but he was just like, yeah, if we want to he didn't ask me, he just said he about to cook some gator. Country dude, country
yeah, I was about to say
white
that.
American.
He sound redneck as hell.
Oh yeah. He cool though, cool as hell.
Yeah,
too.
come here, boy. I'm about to cook this goddamn game.
Hey, cool as hell, man. Coach Mays.
Oh, he cool? Oh yeah, he was cussing at y'all. He was like, hey, get your ass out.
Oh yeah. He definitely Obi. Oh, yell at me. What the hell you doing, Obi? Oh my goodness, bro. That was fun. Good times, man, back when he was young. Oh man, but yeah, gator.
Do gators come out the road where you at? Because over here there's deers and like we hit deer, so
gator, yeah, they come out. I'm not like often. Like I think people they be watching TikToks and stuff. They be like they think we just eating at a restaurant and the gator just be walking across the street. It ain't like that, bro.
I don't know, man. I've been to Orlando and it was a little like that though. I can't front.
Man, stop it, bro. I mean, yeah.
How old was I? Like 18?
They had an
maybe 18.
Stop it, bro.
Bro, we was on a bus going to I guess our hotel or something like that, and there was a gator on it was on the road. It was like 2.
Oh yeah, sometimes it depends on where you're at, especially like if you're like in the Everglades or the Keys or even I mean like don't get me wrong, sometimes you'll have gators in your pool if you ain't got a porch or a patio around your pool. Yeah, you might have a gator in your pool, something like that, but it's not like you ain't just gonna see it. It's not like a common occurrence. It depends on where you live though too. Like there's some people that if you live by a freaking I'll say this. If you are in especially South Florida, I'll say Central Florida too, Orlando. Yeah, Orlando too. Where like rest in peace that child, that at Disney World, right? That was a child that got eaten on vacation.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was very sad, man. They got eaten by an alligator and they were at the resort. So yeah, they are there, but I'll say this as a general rule, if there's a large body of water, then yeah, you better be wary of the alligator whether you see it or not. You know. You might feel it before you see it, but it ain't like even with then, it's not like you just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like okay, for example, like there's a park that I go to that work out at. It says they have I've never seen an alligator there, but they do have signs up say beware gator. So Yeah, but I run around that. I run around that. I run laps around the little the lake and stuff like that, and there's like a little workout area. I ain't never seen no gator.
Crazy thing about gators is that they actually not as slow as you would think they'd be on the land.
No, hell no, they ain't slow. That's why they say you gotta run it. You gotta run in zigzag. No, sir, they're definitely not slow.
Nah, you would think they would be though.
Yeah, they look it. Yeah, they look it. It's like hippos too. You would think hippos are slow. Hippos are not slow.
Yeah, not slow.
Hey guys, I got a question for y'all.
Yes, sir.
It was brought to my attention by somebody that's annoying. That we don't speak about the women enough.
Let's think about the women enough. Okay, let's do it. Then shoot, and tell the women they don't show up enough. Hell, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, let's be honest. I'm be honest.
I don't think y'all want this person to show. She wants smoke.
She wants smoke? I want the smoke, man. I'm gonna say it like this, man. This is no disrespect. Yes, we don't talk about women enough. I agree. As far as the athletes, and we don't talk about smaller weights enough. And we don't talk about certain people enough, like the prospects or whatever it is. But people don't watch it. You see what I'm saying? Like, so let's be fair. Like when I talk about if I talk about Jin Sasaki, I made a Jin Sasaki video. Where the Jin Sasaki fans at? They didn't watch the video. You see what I'm saying? I definitely see a difference when I'm talking about Tank and when I talk about Jin Sasaki. I see a difference when I talk about Gabriel Fedora and I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez. So at the same time, you got to start showing up for yourself. You can't get mad at people if you don't show up if you don't show up for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, man, I talk about it. I see people say that stuff all the time. Oh, we don't talk about Gabriel Fedora. Bitch, I got a video about Gabriel Fedora. That shit got 2 views.
That's sort of like that's how I feel about, like, I do like WNBA, you know, as much jokes as we've seen about them, but WNBA is actually exciting to watch. But
facts,
it's like having the argument that they deserve to get paid more. It's like they can't get paid more if ain't nobody watching them.
Come on now, women go watch it.
They don't even. We watch it more than they do.
That's exactly right there. I promise you. My cousin, and I'm not knocking my cousin, you know what I'm saying? But my cousin, she used to hoop. She don't watch WNBA. She watch NBA. I watch WNBA more than her. And she's a female hooper. You see what I'm saying? So like they gotta show up for themselves. I love to talk about O'Shea, bro. I'll spend a whole stream talking about O'Shea Jones, Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron. Nobody want to hear it. So I mean, if I have a female fighter on here, I should have nothing but females in here excited to see him, excited to talk about Gabriela Fedora. They don't. They want to talk about Tank's hair grease too. They want to talk about Shakur ducking everybody. They want to talk about Canelo ducking Benavidez. That's what they want to talk about. So at the same time too, if you I love to talk about it, bro. I watch this stuff. I'm just excited.
They don't support it.
Gabriela Fedora. I'm most excited. I'm more excited to see Gabriela Fedora versus Badillo than freaking Dalton Smith versus Matthew Germain. But I might be alone.
I mean, I'd rather see two homeless guys fight than see a dog.
Well, no, but the point is that there's other people fighting this weekend, and I'm most excited about the female fight. But how many people also feel that way? You know what I'm saying? And if I make a video about it, right? Exactly. If I make a video about, gosh dang, go look at my video. I made a video about Amanda Serrano when she got signed to MVP. That was one of my least viewed videos. It was. These are just facts. So is that encouraging me?
Pound for pound, bro. It's like they want to talk about pound. Exactly. They don't even know who Taraji is.
Exactly. That's a good point right there. When I talk about Kenshiro Taraji, you think that gets views? No, it doesn't. So you could say, the little weights get disrespected. Bitch, you disrespecting them. You're not watching the videos. You know what I'm saying? You the one disrespecting them. So that don't sound good. But if you're not watching it, then how's that going to encourage me to continue making that video? You think I want to waste my time? Come on now. I'm already watching the motherfucker. You want me to make a video about them too? And no one watch it? Get the fuck out of here, man.
I think this particular woman wants us to speak about July 11th because she wants us to get some shade off on somebody.
Let's get it. I love it, man. Let me see what July 11th is.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up too.
It's a lot of belts actually on the line that night.
Is July 11th the all women? Is that the all women card with the Is that the all women card with Amanda Serrano? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it because okay. Shout out to my boy Ty. You just threw me an alley, but I'm gonna slam dunk the hell out of that. I'm a Blake Griffin this thing. I know Sharetta Metcalf is fighting as a championship fight on that fight. I know Alicia Bumgarner's fighting what's the name Miranda on that card as a championship fight. I know Kate Taylor and Amanda Serrano are doing their trilogy. So I know about the women that are fighting on that card. But if you're not gonna watch me talk about it, I'm not gonna talk about it. If you're not gonna come in here with an opinion when I talk about it, then I'm not gonna talk about it. No, I'm not gonna do it. because I look at my analytics and I see that people aren't interested in that. And I'm sorry, that is going to drive it. I don't want to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm already a small channel trying to grow. So if I drop a video and it doesn't get watched, what do you think it's going to do to my channel? That means that it's gonna knock the algorithm. It's going to make it seem like, oh, well, he's making content that people don't want to see. So it doesn't help me. You see what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. I love to talk about it, but people don't want to talk about it.
Before you start on that, just to give you another, well, I'm about to talk shit about someone.
Oh Lord,
I'm not gonna say their name, but it's like the interviewer that asked Katie Taylor and Clarissa Shields. Bro, that bitch don't even watch boxing itself. They're like, yeah, sometimes I see fighters go up and down, and you know, bitch, shut up, bro. Like, you didn't even know what weight class they fight in.
That's crazy. Yeah, yo, shout out to Oscar, man. He said, yo, what's good, Oster? Oster in the hey, Oster, man. Hey, shout out to my guy Oster, man. I saw that you renewed your membership while I was off stream, man. I appreciate that, bro. I gotta drop that membership notification for you, man. My boy said he's here for another 30 days, excuse me. Shout out to my boy Oster.
I'm not leaving.
Man, he wants to talk about, I know fighters go up and down. Even this the lowest I go is 154. I can make 154.
He said, yo, Doc, I was on 2 Cents channel last night, like 2 or 3 in the morning, man. It was interesting. That's what's up, though. It was lit, though. Shout out to 2 Cents, man. One of the ladies holding it down. Shot one time for the ladies of boxing, from a fighter standpoint, from a fan standpoint, observer standpoint. One time for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? We love the ladies around here, man. I would love, bro. I complain about that. I'd be like, man, I wish we had more women in the stream. I wish we had more people in the stream, but you know, more women too.
Yep.
I'll never argue with 2 Cents about Crawford though. Whatever she say is true.
Oh yeah, she don't like Crawford, boy. She's not going.
Man,
that girl does not like Crawford, boy. That is crazy.
Smoke her boots.
What'd you say, Ty?
Smoke her boots on that one.
Smoke her, bro.
I wish you was there.
I wish you was there. Nah, Ty wasn't there. I wish he was, bro, because I would have been. I wanted somebody to be in there because I was fighting for Bud.
There. Yeah, Kendrick was fighting, but Kendrick he couldn't join the.
He couldn't join the Discord, right? Yeah, he was chatting. Yep. He was typing. So I was fighting too, but I just I let people get their opinions off. You know, I try not to be too aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was fighting, but he was in that corner though.
Hey, what'd you say? What'd you say, Ty?
It's one of those things where if you just don't like a person, just say that.
That's what it is. And she be trying to hide it, man. Shout out to 2 Cents though. She be I will say this though. She be coming from a logical standpoint still.
But
I will say I don't think I'm with you on that. I don't think she likes
I don't think she likes him, but the stuff that she was saying, I was like, damn, she got a point.
I mean, yeah, the way you kick it, you know.
Tio. But I can still credit him for the things he did.
Right,
that's true.
That part.
That's true.
That part.
That's true.
So you can make a lot of things sound good. That's not true. You know, in my opinion. Let me bring up Oster. What's good, Oster? But yeah, exactly what Ty said. I don't like Tio. I don't like. But I would never say he's not. To me, he's the most decorated guy at 140. I would never say he's a bad fighter. You know, I would say that he has some gaps. I'll critique him like everybody else. But as far as him, I would never say Tio's a bad fighter.
He trash. I'll say it for you. He trash. Or he been trash lately, at least.
Yeah, his last fights have not been good, but I still think, I still can't take away the fact that he beat Josh Taylor in phenomenal fashion. He beat Lomachenko in convincing fashion, and you know what I'm saying? And I do think that he's one of the most, I honestly think that he's one of the most talented fighters in boxing.
Convincing fashion? Who, Lomachenko?
Lomachenko, you didn't beat him convincingly? Hell yeah, you did. You just started again. I think Lomachenko, wait, you think there's an argument that Lomachenko won that fight?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Convincing. I don't think that there's an argument that he lost that fight. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he beat the hell out of him, but I thought he beat him convincingly enough to where I don't think I've ever heard anybody think that Lomachenko won that fight. Lomachenko started coming on late though, for sure.
Yeah,
but
if that fight would have been 15 rounds,
right. Well, Paulie Malignaggi say that, yeah. But if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
Hell yeah. I hate when people go off if.
Right. Yeah, so I gotta say that. I was gonna say this too. I definitely think that Tio is one of the most talented as far as raw talent. I think Tio, from athleticism and power, I think he's one of the most raw talented person out there. But boxing, but it's more than talent. You know that. Like Jared Anderson is one of the most talented too in heavyweight. You know, of recent. you know, a recent heavyweights, but he just I definitely had Bacoli going into that fight. So talent ain't everything.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's good, Oser?
Oh, okay. Now make sure you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
What up, Boaster?
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? I had an interesting night last night, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know she went live late.
Yeah,
I need to join her channel.
Yeah, it was lit though. It was they be wilding though, but it was lit though.
They be wilding?
They be wilding in there. Yo, I ain't know that many girls. I ain't know that many girls. I'm like, yo, you ever been somewhere and you going somewhere, you be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You be like, oh shit, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, me at church every time I go to church.
Yeah. You know, you
That's
walking
crazy.
or something.
Every
like,
time
oh,
I go to church is wild.
Bro, I cuss the whole time. That's the thing. Like, I cuss like a motherfucker. And for me, and I cuss even more in Spanish than I do in English. And like, every time I walk to church, I'm like, what's up, bitch? I'm like, oh, what up? Like, I always gotta hold back.
Yeah, Oscar's wild in there. You be hanging around niggas too much.
Wilder, bro.
All right. Nah, man. All you bitches. Like, one time, what was it? They were like, I don't want to say it. Well, fuck it. Fuck that. Like, the guy was like, hey, like, because, you know, it's like a Pentecostal church where my parents go to. And I used to go to. I used to preach, actually. Believe it or not. But,
You used to do what?
I used to preach. Like,
preach.
youth.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, youth ministries. That's what's up.
I can tell that. That ain't surprising.
But then I met alcohol and I was like, man, fuck this. Sorry, Chewy, I'm going. I'm gone.
Said I met alcohol. Yo.
I was like, this tastes pretty good. But anyways, one time, like the you know, like Pentecostals, they go like and like da 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 da. You know how they make noises because like the presence of God.
Yep.
I walk in there and I was like, what the hell is going?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, you wildin'. Yeah, you wildin'.
Because I was like, I, you know, like they were going crazy. You know, what the hell? Like they stopped and looked at me, and I was like,
yeah, you wildin'. You sound like my sister, man. My sister. Hold on, give me a second. Excuse me. I know you know I just had my funeral for my grandma. My sister, when I was doing the program in the church or whatever, and printing it out. My sister was talking about something. She talking about F something, F this. I said, we in church, bro. Yeah, it wasn't like during the service and that, but we were still on church grounds. Like, bro, when I pull up on church, this is me. Now I'm not saying, hey, no, everybody has to do it. This is what I do. You know, I don't even have my music on, man. I turn on my music and all this. I just want to, you know, I just try to respect.
Yeah, I try to do the same thing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, everybody slip up there.
I try, but I'm never successful.
Yeah. Ain't it, bro? Hey, like Ty said earlier. Not Ty, sorry. Like Clone said earlier, man. God knows your heart, so that's. I think
he know my heart.
I think that's important.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much: as a kid, I've done a lot of things sitting on the church stool. As an adult, growing up, I started respecting it, you know. But when we was younger, we used to be on the kid. We used to be any stool we could sit on in the city. And sometimes churches right there, we'd be hang out on church stools. Like literally hang out on those joints. As kids though, as kids. We got a little older, you know, we started making little sense of things. We started respecting something that we should have been respecting when we was younger.
Yep. I mean, yeah, but like you say, hey man, you know better, you do better. So I think that's important too. You know what I'm saying? You don't know better than
some people now that ain't universal.
That's true. Yeah, facts.
It ain't universal.
Right.
But we ain't gonna put that in the universe because these motherfuckers out here is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question, right? And y'all might think I'm crazy, but I don't think I'm crazy. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. But don't you? Is it a certain kind of feeling that Shakur and Ennis got like the same kind of? They handle them the same kind of way, kind of like in boxing, like they can't get what they, you know, type really deserve at this point.
Shakur and who? Ennis? You said Ennis?
And Boots. They do the same thing to Boots, though. They don't give Boots, to me, I think Boots should be fighting the top tier at this point. I mean, 33-0. I mean, be honest with you. You know what? We got 29 knockouts now? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. 34-0 with 29 knockouts, something like that.
It's crazy to have a record like Tank's and get treated like Shakur.
But I would say the difference is that, okay, so he's a victim of circumstance, and that circumstance that he's in the welterweight division is empty right now. At least Tank, you could say, okay, we know Mario Barrios. We know Leo Santa Cruz. We know Jose Pedraza. We know, you know what I'm saying, even Frank the Ghost Martin, you know. I do think that it's comparable as far as the records. I'm not saying that anybody is better than anybody else. I'm just saying I think that's the difference with Tank. He has recognizable names. Boots doesn't. His most recognizable name is probably Roman Villa and Karen prior to Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? But the part that I disagree with you, is that's why I disagree with you, because I feel like he's getting, you know, so this is third fight. I'm not saying Eddie Hearn can't do better. I'm not saying that he can't get bigger fights, but who was the big fight at 147? It would be Stanionis.
Yeah,
because Bud left.
I mean,
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I was just talking about like, you know, the way it looks, the way it looked to me.
Yep. The way it looks, I agree.
Yeah, the way it looked, because you know, how old is Boots now? What he's still in his 20s.
Yeah, 27. I think
27. Yeah. And now I thought about this yesterday, right? It just you know, you get those flashes in your head, and I just thought, and I was like, I thought he was 26. I said at 26 with 33-0. I said, man, Boots might, to be honest with you, Boots might be the only one in a position to, you know, to reach that 50. He can reach Boots 26. He at 35. If he like this right now, we looking at Canelo and Crawford them at 35 and how good they looking. If Boots was to keep this up, the way they moving around, he could definitely be at about 40, 45-0 or something like that. If they keep moving the way they moving them, you know, I'm just seeing just a prediction.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But just seeing it, and I'm like, you know, you can't deny the dog. You can't deny the boy's talent, and you know, the ups and downs with the fights and all that. But this last one, you know, you people can't
say nothing.
Boots.
Nothing.
Yeah, this last one is a 1 versus 2.
Oh, I didn't say who. I said oof. I was agreeing with you. My bad. I said oof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
You know, the stats go the linear belt. You know, first the number 1 fighting number 2. So
wait. Say that again. Can you say that? Repeat that last part again.
Yeah, the stats prove it, because number 1 fighting number 2.
Oh, so what was the word you used? Use the word that start with an L though.
Oh, the linear, yeah.
Thank you, bro. Because I was in somebody's chat and somebody's like, "Oh, he's not a lineal champion." I'm like, bro, like, come on, dog. Come on, bro. Because people use terms they just so accustomed with being dumb that they think that they're right. But that's why I don't even argue with people, right? I'll say something and I'll just let it go. You know, because you know who else is a lineal champion and didn't beat the quote unquote man, because they're trying to say, oh, it's a lineal champion. You got to be the man to beat the man. Yes, that's how that is the foundation of it. But the Ring Magazine belt, the lineal champion. Exactly. The lineal champion and the Ring Magazine belt have become synonymous, right? Because like Ja Pataya, who's considered the lineal champion, he for beating Marius Bradis, who was not the man. The man was Usyk. But Usyk left. So what you gonna do? Then you got to go with the next two best, which is Marius Bradis and freaking Ja Pataya. So that person determined who was the lineal champion now. So let me ask you something. So if there's a lineal champion and that bitch died, so nobody else could become a lineal champion anymore because he dead? They're going to figure out a way to make another person a man. I'm not trying to kill nobody. My bad. That was a little extreme. But I'm just saying how stupid people are, bro. It's like, oh, well, you're not the man that beat the man. Who's the man that you beat? Bro, like, come on, dog. Like, everybody does. Come on, bro.
What that represented.
Yeah, yes, bro. And people are just dumb.
One fight, too.
And you know what's crazy, though, Oster? The person that said it, do you think they like Boots? No. Absolutely not. Of course they don't. Of course they, because that's when things become a problem, when you don't like somebody. So goofy. Get out your freaking emotions, man. Get out your emotions, man. Get out your emotions, man. It's crazy to me, bro. These grown men, bro. Grown men, bro.
Let me lock in. What they say?
They say Boots Boots is not a lineal champion. Come on, dog.
I think Bud was the last lineal champion.
Come on, dog. Right? Come on, bro.
Did Bud beat the last lineal champion?
Talk to him. Talk to him, Ty. I ain't got time to waste. But I just let that person. Once I said the Ja Pataya example and shot the two, it was actually a 2 cent stream and shot the 2 cents. She brought it up, and then I just didn't say nothing else after that, man. I let that man continue arguing with somebody else, and but there are other people making him look stupid anyway. But he has a history of looking stupid though. It seems like he likes to look stupid. I can't remember his name, but if y'all say it, if I recognize it, if I see his name, I recognize it. I just don't remember his name right now.
I don't know who that is, but I bet a Dub he'll know who the last lineal champion was before Bud without looking it up.
Of course he doesn't, bro. He doesn't know any lineal champions, because if he was mad, that's why I brought up Ja Pataya, because you would have been mad at Ja Pataya if it was really you mad about that what you just said. Then you would have been mad at Ja Pataya. You just don't like Boots, and that's okay. But like you said, call it what it is.
with Jai Patala, they never say who he beat.
Come on
because
now.
they know his captain. They say he beat the man.
Come on now. And I'm not mad at it, bro, but don't get mad at somebody that you don't like who's the same, is in the same exact situation, bro. You mad at, once again, you're not mad at the action, you're mad at the person. That's corny. And if I slap somebody and you like me, then I still did wrong. And if I slap somebody you don't like me, don't try to freaking, you know, throw me under the jail because you don't like me. It's the action that a good person could do bad things, bro, and a bad person could do good things. It has nothing to do with it. It's the action that we judge, bro. We don't judge the, you know what I'm saying?
All the time. They probably do something bad and good every day.
You facts.
Depending on, you know,
Absolutely.
what you judge is bad or good.
Absolutely.
You know, I may consider jaywalking a bad thing.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
You feel me?
Yeah.
Jaywalking.
No, I'm saying, you know, you got some people, you know, you got Karens out there that go crazy, you be doing shit. But people is just people, man.
People just people, bro.
That's why you gotta keep your head on your swivel. You gotta watch these motherfuckers today. Because motherfuckers be coming outside with their problems in the house, bringing it outside like motherfucker outside did it to you.
You feel me?
Sir, I got a question.
You got to direct your energy. My bad. Oh, sir, I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I know you was on a roll. My fault. I just that you just remind me when you said lineal. Go ahead. I
was just making that one point about the career with Boots and Shakur. It kind of reflect with me. That's what, you know what I mean. I was like, they handling these people the same way, man.
Right. Now I feel you. Go ahead, Oscar. My bad. She about to give me.
Oh, sir.
No.
Whenever you
Oscar. Oh, sorry. My fault.
Whenever you gave your pound for pound, one, it was wild, but I respect it. I remember you saying like it's how they look in the ring.
Yeah.
Eye test.
The eye test. I got two questions actually. One, wouldn't you have Bam in there, or where would you put him? And two,
excuse me, sorry about that.
That's more like a power ranking. I see. Is it like if one looks bad, one fight, does that change your perspective on them?
See, my perspective on fighters, and that's why when a fighter have a bad fight, I don't have a different perspective, because my beginning perspective, it don't be based on nothing. It be based on boxing. And I know boxers have a bad day. Everybody got it. Every sport, every day you got it. You know what I mean? So I don't really take nothing from people, because I watch the certain styles. When I see certain styles, now what I do judge is adjustments, especially if you consider the best. I do judge that. Now, if a fight going there and it's going a different weight, you know what I mean? You know how some fighters come in and do some wild shit in the ring. You know what I mean? And adjustments, if you adjust to it, then you get another notch with me, no matter how I felt. But if you don't adjust to it, I don't take nothing away from you. I just know that you can't adjust to certain fighters. And I just keep it like that. I'm like, no matter what you say, because you was in the ring. There's 12 rings live. If you ain't adjust to that, consider if you definitely was, you know, names like Crawford, Tank, you know, these big names that's big on everything, got the big fans that they can't do nothing wrong, so we shouldn't see nothing wrong in the ring. That's just how I look at it, you know what I mean? So, like, Crawford is my number one fighter. You get what I'm saying? Right now, number one. You can't tell me nothing wrong about Crawford unless you make sense about it.
Right.
If you make sense about it, then I can go with it. If you tell me something with some clarity, don't tell me what you read in the newspaper. Don't tell me what you heard on the internet. I know when people memorize things and when people know things, so don't try that with me neither. You get what I'm saying? Don't tell me what everybody else is saying. Don't run none of that on me. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. Speak with your heart. It is what it is. Right and wrong. It is what it is. Right. I don't know none of these people I don't know Crawford. I don't know none of them personally. You know what I mean? I like it because I love boxing and they inside boxing. That's how we met. You get what I'm saying? That's how I even know about it. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know none of them. That's just my take on that, though, Oscar, for real.
You said something I wanted to comment on, but I don't remember what it was. Oscar did. I don't remember. It's all good.
The band?
No, I was in your question, and I don't remember. It's all good.
But that's why I like this room. You know what I mean? Because everybody got their Pacific fighters, but it's not overwhelmed with biasness. You get what I'm saying? It's not. You're not sitting here beating each other head, like making sense and act like nobody ain't making no sense.
I appreciate
people getting they getting their comment across. They getting they getting it across, and we can agree not to agree.
Right.
We can agree to disagree. Right. But that's what grown-ups do.
Right.
You know what I mean? They call each other no names and beefing and all that old nut stuff, you know, because
Definitely not,
sometimes it get like that.
Yeah.
That internet gangster shit be coming out. We having a regular conversation. You like, God damn, I'm glad I wasn't talking to you in the street. We be fighting. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, over
that'd
some
be-
boxing. So sometimes it
that'd be
happens.
weird
You
as
know
hell
what
to
I'm
me.
saying? Yeah, sometimes it happens. I get it. You know, we all been in stuff like that. You know, in real life and stuff. But yeah, I don't think it shouldn't be the norm. You know, that's why I don't want it to be the norm. Like, if it happens sometimes, hey man, it happens. I get it. You know, sometimes passions run a little deep. But yeah, I definitely don't like. To me, if that happens in this channel, which it has happened before, I still feel like that's an abnormality, and that's how I want it. I'm not saying it can't. Yeah, hey man, sometimes people you might say something strong, you know what I'm saying, say the way I don't like, or they don't like, or Ty don't like, or Oscar don't like. So I get it, but it shouldn't be like, oh, we talk about boxing, oh, we about to get an argument. Oh, we about to fight. Like, come on, bro. Like, that should not be the anticipation, bro. It should be, you know what I'm saying? Bud over
Yeah, it
Usyk
shouldn't
Inoue
be the
Bivol
norm.
since 2020. Yeah, it shouldn't be the norm, bro. In my opinion. Bud over Usyk Inoue and Bivol since 2020. I don't know where that came from. I wouldn't say since 2020. No, I would say Usyk is up right now. I would lean towards Bud over Usyk, but 2020, nah, man. Yeah, I mean Usyk was definitely up when he beat Tyson Fury, in my opinion. For me,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then when Bud beat Israel Madrimov, you know, that since that was a new division, I put him up there. I would say Naoya Inoue is lacking as far as his not his activity. He's good in the activity aspect, but as far as his quality of opposition, since Marlon Tapales has been kind of lacking. You know, he's fought TJ Doheny, Yi Jun Kim. He's about to fight Ramon Cardenas. Like, that's not
Louis
really
Neary.
Louis Neary. But Louis Neary was good for the historical context that it had on the country with what Louis Neary did to what's the name, Yamanaka. Yeah, Yamanaka. So that had historical context. But yeah, even Louis Neary, I agree. I mean, he got stopped by Figueroa. Not saying that's a bad thing. Figueroa's a champion level caliber fighter, but he still got stopped. So it's like, if somebody else would have fought a Louis Neary, then we wouldn't have been that hype about it, right? So, you know, some people are getting crucified for fighting undefeated guys with 16 knockout streaks. Edgar Berlanga, you feel me? So it is what it is. You know, we killed Canelo for fighting Edgar Berlanga, was ranked #1. Louis Neary wasn't ranked that high when Inoue fought. But it was a good fight though, right? It wasn't even close. So, or look at Tank when he fought Frank the Ghost Martin. People didn't like that fight. That was an undefeated guy, like ranked like number 4 or 5 or something like that. So, just keeping it consistent. You know, Inoue's last opponents have not been that high caliber. You know, but as far as him being there, he still belongs there, in my opinion. But that's what you said, Oscar. You said no, maybe it was Oster then his response. About killing the guy because we don't like him. It's like, bro, I'm not to bring politics in it, which I don't mind anyway, but I'm not a President Trump supporter. I'm not a MAGA hat wearer, but I wasn't crucifying Trevor McCumbee. You know, when he did good stuff, I was excited for him to do good as a boxer. You know what I'm saying? But I was going for Caleb Plant, of course. I like Caleb. That's one of my favorite fighters. But it's not like, oh, I shit on Trevor McCumbee or go my way to shit on him because he has a MAGA hat. Like, I don't agree with it, but that's different. I don't care. I'm not watching him because he has a MAGA hat. I'm watching him because he's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, I just don't really.
I like Caleb Plant too, though.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I said I like Caleb Plant. I like his boxing style.
Yeah, Caleb Plant's a beast. Yeah, but
man, that was one of the most beautiful performances I've seen in a while.
Facts. And I would love that. Like, if I could interview Trevor McCumbee, he could have his MAGA hat on and I'll interview him. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean I got to agree with him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
he looked like the perfect.
Talk to him
like
about that.
If you think of an American Caucasian fighter, he'd be like the perfect representation in my head.
You talking about McCumbee?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But no, Caleb Plant to me is like, I don't know if y'all agree or not, but like the Lemieux of last generation. Because Lemieux was the best as long as Triple G was in there. And Caleb Plant is the best if Canelo's not there, because Benavidez went up.
Yeah, I like Caleb Plant fighting style. So I like you know who else I like? I like a lot Bivol. I like the way Bivol, Crawford, Caleb Plant, Shakur. I guess that's my style of fighting that I like.
Right. I agree with.
I think they all kind of similar to each other.
Right. I agree with what Oscar said. I think that's a fair assessment. I disagree. I think the reason why I just disagree slightly because I think Caleb Plant is a little better than is much better, I would say, than David Lemieux. David Lemieux is good.
Oh, yeah, he could be.
Oh no, I'm not saying like David Lemieux compared to David Lemieux. I'm saying
just the position that he's in.
Like the position where he's in, like he could be the best if Canelo wasn't there. Lemieux could have been the best if Triple G wasn't there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
Let me know.
Because Triple G put
Like
the
they say,
pause.
like they say when when we used to be playing ball, and we used to come in there, you will always be second best as long as I'm here. Remember that. Damn.
I'm telling you, David Lemieux.
I mean, you telling me you used to play balls. I used to, you always be second best as long as I'm here. You hear me? You might be first, but when I get here,
I'm telling
you're
you.
second best now.
Talk to him.
Second
Savage
best.
said Bivol 3 wins over Zerto, Canelo, and Beterbiev trump Bud resume wins. I mean, those are good wins though. I mean, but I don't think they trump Beterbiev's. Sorry, I don't think they trump Bud's resume of wins. Those are good wins though. Zerto is a champion right now, unified champion cruiserweight. Canelo is who Canelo is, all-time great. Beterbiev is also a Hall of Famer. But Errol Spence was on the pound for pound list, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I was about to make that point.
Yeah, and then he's undisputed in 2 weight divisions. So being undisputed, hold on. So being undisputed in 2 weight divisions, that is something as well. You know what I'm saying? You talking about individual, yeah, those are good individual wins, but can't omit that. But go ahead, Oscar.
Bivol beat him when they could have been. Bud beat him when they were.
Talk to him. That's a good point.
Talk to him. Say it again. Talk to him.
Yeah, I like that. That was a good
Talk
point.
to him, Oscar. But now you know something. I mean, you know, I got a point. What used to really piss me off in all this new age way they run all sports and everything now. If remember back in the days, right? Say a champion was a champion, right or wrong. If the Celtics won the chip.
Right.
It was all about the chip.
Yep.
Whoever won, if who is other team sports? You know, if the Mexico win soccer, Mexico won soccer in the Olympics. Before it used to be whoever win the ring is the champ.
Yep.
Y'all don't notice now. Every time something happens when it comes to camps, it's all broke down now.
Yep.
Like everybody say, "Okay, that's a champ," but he
Like
invited.
put an abstract next to everything, basically.
Yep.
Yeah,
Asterisk.
it's like it's just before it was what it was. If you got the belt, if you got the ring, you the champ. That's why you walking around. It doesn't matter if a bum came up there. It don't matter. He shouldn't have been fighting me if I was the champ. He had to be good. If he wasn't good, then thank you for
there
that.
it is. Thank you, bro. That's all I be saying, bro. That's all I be saying, bro. Respect the champions, bro. I'm not saying that every champion is created equal, but guys, dang, I know the champions. Some of them are watered down because of sanctioned bodies, but guys, dang, bro, they had like that. Like you get a championship belt just by it's like they can see like championship belts or participation trophies. I mean, everybody don't get a belt,
break
bro.
them all down
Come
now.
on,
They broke them up.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just disrespectful, dog. It's disrespectful.
I feel like you just got a lot of people they sort of
insecure,
I guess,
and unaccomplished, and don't appreciate shit.
I feel like they more casual than me. I feel like they just only know the names.
Yes, and then you be
So
talking.
if it's not a name, then you can't be somebody. Then basically,
social media, bro.
I
It's
think
facts
they should
over, it's
take
feelings
away-
over facts instead of facts over feelings, bro. If you don't like somebody,
I
then
think they
you'll
should
never be
take away-
pleased. Go ahead.
Huh?
Oscar. No. I said if you don't like somebody,
I-
you'll never be pleased. Go ahead, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, I think they should take away the belts and just have it all accolades. Just have banquets again. Just bring all the boxers and give them all the accolades for each thing that they do, because it ain't about the champion no more. Because you're breaking it all down. You're demeaning it anyway. So give him one because he fought everybody right. Give him one because he got a good resume. You know, give him one because whatever y'all got going on now, because y'all don't respect the champion no more anyway. So what's the purpose?
Nope.
They don't care about them champions, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford being
What's that got
Sean.
to do with the belt?
I think it's the belts, and I think social media too. It's just like every Tom, Dick, and Harry that ain't do nothing in their life, and then probably like just mad at the world. You know, they be the loudest ones, and a lot of them be content creators too. It's like I don't know what it is, man. It's just like
definitely
like when the
yeah, bro.
It was like when the word "does" became popular. It was cool when it was being used with Canelo, but once his favorite fighter started looking shaky, baby.
Come on now. It's like
I'm gonna tell you one thing too.
nothing, bro. It's
Another
like, I
thing
don't
too
know.
with that internet, I know. And telling when the internet came out, it made stupid people think.
Yeah,
But they knew what they were talking about.
Yes,
They didn't know what they
stupid
were
people
talking
think that they're smart.
intelligent
Yep.
people understood what was going on, and they stayed intelligent, and they you know what I mean. But for real, that's why you got all these dumb motherfuckers thinking because they followers. That's what I mean by that memorizing. See, somebody could talk and memorize some shit, and right now you can go on one platform and then come on another platform acting like you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
And you ain't even saying
Nothing.
You even say it.
just regurgitating
And that's all
exactly.
you
We're
can say.
regurgitating what somebody else said. Exactly.
But that's all
That's
you
one
can say.
thing I always agree with people when people be like, Yeah, what you just said, P. When you like, they just be regurgitating what they just heard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I always agree with that because I'm like, there's no way that you came up with that
Nope.
synopsis by yourself.
Nope. Nope.
You heard another content creator say, it, not even somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
Nope. They don't even care. They just heard it and it sound good to them, so they're gonna repeat it. And then we check them out.
My
And they have
mama
no
taught me.
rebuttal.
Yeah, my mama taught me one fact when I was a kid. She said, "Whenever somebody think they know what they're talking about, ask them a question after that."
I
That's
like
it.
that.
Just ask them a question.
I like that.
After they say what they say, just ask them a question based on what they're talking about. Because you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
That's that memorizing shit. I already know. Like you say, regurgitate. You regurgitate. Yeah, we already know that. So I'm gonna ask you a question after that.
Yep.
Better get hype. Better get hostile. It's gonna start getting
Yep.
hostile.
Yep. It'll get hostile. Yep. Because now
I
they're scared.
guarantee
Now you're threatening.
Yep.
Guarantee the fuck get hostile. Guarantee you.
Yep.
That's a good sign if somebody don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, just ask them a question. Because a lot of people read the newspaper, and today they change the newspaper to the internet. So a lot of people go on the internet and get their information, and then acting like they smart, acting like they intelligent, running around. This is all this confusion be coming from. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I like this room, because it's good to have about 5 or 6 people with some sense than have 100 motherfuckers with none. It's just better for me. That's what
that's true.
That's why I say, like, if you have to repeat that you are something every single time, like, brother, you probably ain't it.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I don't know what I don't know. And that's why I know what I know.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's simple. Just ask a question. You ain't got to know everything.
Nope.
Ain't nobody judging you to be the smartest motherfucker in the world. We just conversating. That's it. We just conversing. That's what we doing.
All right.
People don't want to be wrong nowadays, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's that everybody want to act like they know what they're talking about.
Yep. That's a fact, man. Ah, man, excuse me.
But I like it though. I like it. Cause those ones I know. You know, when you were intelligent running around here, you sense that shit. You like an alien with that little fucking visor they be having. You see people,
right?
For real, you know the dumb ones. You're like, okay, I ain't fucking with you.
But that's the thing though. It's like you're not encouraged to even know stuff, bro. It's like you get more. You reap more benefits when you just say the dumb shit, man. That's the part that I'm trying to work with. Yeah, that's the part I'm trying to work with. Like, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm not extreme enough. Like sometimes I feel like I'm too. I look at it too much, or we look at stuff too much. I should just come out and say, "Oh man, Tank's the best. Tank will beat Anthony Joshua." Those are channels that blew up.
Hard for you?
Those are channels that blew up, bro.
They'll come by your channel every day.
Yeah. Oh, Tank's number 1 pound for pound.
It don't take nothing for these idiots to be dumber. I'm trying to tell you, it don't take nothing for them.
Or Ryan Garcia is the best fighter ever. I'll just say stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll be
internet talk.
Yeah, bro. Just say that, and then that's what people like, though. What did you say, Oscar? Sorry.
You know why it's so hard for you?
Why?
Especially you, because of your PhD.
Yeah.
You have to research everything, bro. You're like,
you're right.
My line, like you need to take at everything.
You're right. No, you're right.
Everything as perfect as possible.
You're right.
As perfect as you can make it somehow.
No, you're right. People have brought that to my attention before too. It's like, because my habit is to try to be. I'm not saying I'm always going to be right. I'm not, and I'm that's not even my goal. But I do try to make sure that I'm giving proper information. You know, or I'm at least citing my sources. So like, you're right.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. I told you people a long time ago, man. For real, man. Like it's really easy to be stupid today. It's too easy.
It's cool to be stupid. It's cool. Exactly. It's cool. It's encouraged.
When we got our knowledge, see, at one time, when I came up, at one time, it wasn't none of that. We had to really, if we wanted to be educated, we had to take time for that shit. We had to sit down and read books and all that shit. We had to really take time for this shit. It wasn't like, if you wanted to do it, you had to really be, you know, maybe the little nerd in class, whatever, you read a book. But now you get on the internet and everything running fast, so it makes you stupid, though. So these motherfuckers, they have no sense from the beginning. You get what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
And this is why followers are followers.
It's like if you watch anime, like, you know what anime is, right? And I was watching that shit when that shit wasn't even cool. Yeah. Now everybody's cool. Now it's cool to watch it. I'm like, hey, yo, man, I got my ass kicked two or three times for watching this shit. What the fuck? Like, bro,
I'll say this, Oscar.
Man, I hate it, bro. Like when Casual's trying to correct you, bro, you're Casual, bro. You shouldn't even be talking to me.
Facts.
I'll say this, Oscar.
Like, you're wrong. It's like, bro, I was watching. I got my ass kicked for watching this. You didn't even know what a bullying is.
Nah, I'll say this though. It's always been cool to watch DBZ. I don't know about the other animes.
Nah, it was cool. It was cool. Like, you know what was in Mexico?
What's
it was
that?
cool to watch it in bad neighborhoods. Like bad neighborhoods, like people be watching that.
Okay.
But like in like medium to like high, they were watching Simpsons.
Ah,
They
yeah,
were watching.
okay, yeah. I was an anime
They were
head
watching
when I was a
something
kid. Yeah, my home.
Oh yeah, me
but
too, bro. Like I said, I got my
friend-
ass kicked 2 or 3 times for it.
Yeah, one of my closest friends, Filipino, and he'll go to when he goes to the Philippines, he'll bring me back like the mod chip, so I can put on my PlayStation and play the Japanese games
Remember
and
that
stuff
shit?
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Remember that mod chip shit? Remember that shit?
Hell yeah.
I don't remember that.
You know that mod chip? Come on, man. You know
Nah,
what I'm saying?
I wasn't on that.
Yeah, but I was playing Dragon Ball. What is it? Dragon Ball Z Legends and Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. Yeah, before it was all legal.
Yeah,
bro.
I was about to say.
I wasn't familiar with the
Clown
mod chip.
wasn't outside.
Yeah. He said,
I don't remember the mod
outside.
chip, bro.
Yes,
I
sir,
don't remember
bro.
the mod chip.
Yes, sir. Had to
All I
get
had
it
was
in,
black and brown friends. I didn't have no Filipino friends.
Nah, you had to
That's
get them black
crazy.
market though. At one time, they wasn't. You had to know how to get those mod chips.
Yeah.
They
Oh
was-
yeah.
they was
Oh
fucking
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
what I
got
was
hung up
building.
on the flea market.
Come on now. Like,
In
yeah, I
the
played
flea
all them
market, bro.
Japanese games. I was watching. I remember, bro. I remember when I saw the Cell Saga, bro, and I was talking about it. And people thought I was lying. I was like, man, nah, man, go Super Saiyan 2, bro.
Believe
Oh,
you,
yeah, they believe me. They thought I was capping. Because I was like, bro,
like,
go about to go Super Saiyan 2, bro. 2, bro. Like, 2. Yeah, hell no, you gonna do it for Goku? I said, yes, bro. I think when I found that out, I don't even think that it was on Toonami. I don't even think there was that Dynamic Saga yet. So I don't even think we see Super Saiyan 1 yet. So that's why people definitely.
Yeah, you found that out way ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
people
What was Dragon Ball Z made? Like 89 or something. We didn't get it till we got like what, like 90, 90 late 90, yeah. So
Late
yeah,
90s.
yeah.
I remember it used to just come on randomly one time, and my cousin put me onto it.
Yep.
Yo, you ever watch this show?
Yep.
I was like, nah.
And then they put it on, that Toonami joint. Yep.
Then they put it on Toonami joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all remember the time we seen growing up. The Bulma were like in the Cell Saga. We're like,
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. Oh my shit.
I think Mexico got Dragon Ball before the U.S. actually.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Probably. I can see
When I
that.
was a kid in like 2000 something, I remember watching it since I was little. Like since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I ain't really played Dragon Ball Z and all that, but I remember they used to have the bootleg versions of it when they used to come over.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have the bootleg versions of it. It's just all written in Chinese
Yep.
or Japanese.
Yeah,
Japanese, yep.
Also, like, you remember when they used to go to a flea market and you rent or you buy a movie that wasn't even edited? It'd be like the 3D effect or like the CGI.
Yeah. Pacheco Iglesias, that's a good one. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I remember getting what was it, Wolverine, the X-Men one. Bro, it was nothing but CGI. I was like, what the hell
I'm
am I
telling
looking?
you. I'm telling
I
you.
remember seeing the movie, the bootleg versions with niggas was coughing in the background.
Oh yeah.
You used to get all that. You used to get all that,
Yeah,
man.
when people walking in the background. Yeah.
Remember the big ass camcorder?
Yeah.
When the camcorder first came out, they used to take over in the movie theater and try to film the movie. You see motherfuckers walking past and all niggas arguing, baby.
Yep.
Like, yo, right at the best part. Remember the shit used to cut off. You like, yo, what the fuck? Come on, man. Cause the security come, the camera duck down. You like, oh, come on, man. Like sometimes
It'd be so much going on in the theater. You more engaged in the theater than I movie.
Facts.
You hear everything. Maybe you used to hear everything. You hear the doors opening, close, and everything.
Facts.
Bro, you remember like when you see the same shadow like 2 or 3 times? Like, man, this motherfucker done got up 3 times. What the
I'm telling you, bro.
Blurry. Remember, it used to be blurry as hell.
You ain't lying.
That's why I used to be. That's why I used to be glad to be from the city. So you used to get all kinds. But you used to get. Remember, you used to get that good copy though. You used to be happy as shit.
Yes,
you
sir.
Get that good
Yes,
copy.
sir.
When you get that good copy, you be like, oh yes, it's a good copy.
It's a good copy.
Yeah, you got that good copy. You can resell it.
Yeah,
Talk
you got
to
that
him.
good copy. You hold that good copy.
Talk to him.
That's what I tell them, man.
I mean, I'm about to tell a story. I don't know if I can though.
Yeah, don't tell it.
Yeah. If you had to ask that question.
You don't know. Yeah, you gotta ask me. You can tell.
This is not no jumper.
You feel me? Yeah, this is not no jumper. You
That's
feel
like,
me?
yeah, that's right. That's right. We can say, yo, listen, man, let me tell you something. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah,
Don't tell me then.
Don't need to tell me.
Don't tell me. I don't want no.
They're not bad. I just don't know if I had time. There's nothing bad with it. It's
Oh, I thought it was
something
gonna be
that happened with that movie.
Oh no, go ahead.
Like
yeah.
I don't know how good we're on time, bro.
No, yeah, I'm about to get
like,
off soon,
you know-
but go ahead. We can close it with this. Now take your time. Yo, 2-4 in the building. What's good, bro? Go ahead.
You remember the movies that had other movies recorded on top of it?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even tell you about
yeah,
it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So one time, my older brother came in with this movie. It was like the Broly, the Bio Broly.
Bio Broly, hey, with Goten and Trunks.
Yeah, when
My
they get
shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there was a porno recorded on top of it.
Ghetto Booty number 9?
Yeah, that's a regular though.
Wait, what'd you say? Wait, what'd you say, Ty? What'd you say, Ty?
That Ghetto Booty number 9?
That's what I thought he.
Ty,
I thought he said ghetto booty number. Bro, come on.
Ty
He
was
said
out of here. You
ghetto
gonna have to,
booty
yeah, you
number
gonna have
9.
to, yeah, end it on that. That's a good way to end it.
I was like, yo, what the hell you get?
What?
Because it was like, it was like when what's her name? Violet.
You remember her name?
No. Like the DBC character. Go on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pornographic actress too. I was with you, Chloe. I was like, guys, hey, you know her name?
Do you still got that? You still got that DVD?
Look at Oster. Look at Oster. Oh, you still got the DVD.
Let me find out. You remember her name? Let me find out you just watched that, man.
He's over here
We got a
licking
couple of them blank DVDs around her.
What do you mean by
Ain't no name on the cover. It was just a white disc.
Yo,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
you
what time it
know what
was.
time it is.
Yes, sir. West Coast Productions, boy. Booty talk. Hey.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh man, y'all wildin', man.
Is that Wesley?
Wesley, come on, man. Nah, bro, y'all wildin', bro. He said, "Is that Wesley?"
Yeah.
Yep. Brian Pumper? Yeah.
Don't forget the egg.
The eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Bro, but even talking about movies, see how
man.
like the trailers have changed.
No, did it?
Yeah.
Have the trailers have changed? Like before, it was just like now it's like you can tell the whole movie in the trailer. Like you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, if I plan on watching the movie, I don't watch the trailer.
Me too. Yeah, I watch one, and then I try not to watch like the 4, 5, 6, 7 trailers.
They do give you the whole. They do.
I think you said it, Pete. I think you said it. It was like Infinity Wars. Like everybody was mad about the Hulk that didn't come out because they were expecting Hulk. You remember that shit?
Yep. I did say it. Yep.
People were already mad because of it.
Yep.
But like you remember, also you remember the movies before where it would be like, it just be like a guitar playing like boom.
Yep, and it showed a title. That's it.
Right. Like, starting. So Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when movies used to take like years to even come on DVD and VCR?
I'm telling you.
You have to wait 3 years for the movie to come out so you could get buy the VCR copy of it.
Yep.
It'd be like
that
unless it was a
VHS.
black movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was a what?
Huh? Unless it was a black movie. Unless it was a black movie, you know, they put the black movie out. Blockbusters, they be on DVD in like 2 weeks.
I don't even want to know what Oscar thought you said, bro. I don't even want to know, bro. I don't even want to know, bro.
I was still thinking about that damn DVD. You about to go find it once we end this damn call.
Like, what,
that's the next show.
What time should they ghetto booty number 9, boy? Gosh dang, boy.
Well, that used to happen though, bro. But like you remember, like there was always this freak selling like motel movies.
Yep.
And like you always had to like to try to show up, like, oh, maybe I'll find myself here. Like, ain't even fun. What you for?
Yeah, I remember at my homeboy's house, same Filipino guy I was telling you about, I grew up with. We were at his sister's house. His sister had money and had a nice little place, right? You know, so she had the fast internet. You know, having the fast, first of all, having internet was good, but having the fast, well, boy, I meant everything, man. So he was over there watching what's it called?
Woody number
anime. 9? No. Well, we watching anime, and you know them sites, man. You know them sites that be the bootleg sites, right? And you know they have those pop-ups. Yeah, those pop-ups. And I remember she came in there to get me for some food or something. Like his older sister. And man, she walked in on me, man. I was watching one of them gosh dang movies, of animes, and then the gosh dang hentai popped up. I said, "Oh Lord, I was in trouble, boy. I could go back to her house for a good month, boy."
Caught in action.
I couldn't explain. Yeah, I got caught in action, bro. I couldn't explain it Because you know, if you don't watch that stuff, you don't know. But if you watch that stuff, then you know the pop-ups.
Pop up.
Yeah, the pop-ups come up and stuff like that. Ain't me watching them.
And then you try to explain it.
You try to explain it, it go worse. Yeah, it gonna sound worse. So it's just like
Golden Gooner.
Oh, pop-ups come up, and I be trying to watch boxing.
Yeah, fact. Sports too. Sports or basketball. Yeah, the pop-ups come up even now. You know, but it'd be like, that just got me messed up. And all
I'm glad y'all said it, bro. Like, you know, like how I think it was MVP, or I can't remember who I was watching, but it was like the ring girls. You know how they pop out, and they have like support the people that make this thing happen and all this. And like I think it was MVP actually, but it was like it wasn't OnlyFans. It was like Fanless or something, and it was like
it was their Fansly.
Oh, Fansly, okay. That
then
Cam Soda.
I clicked on it. I was outside, and he was like, "Man, you nasty hoe." He got mad at me for a whole week. I was like, "What the fuck? I didn't even meant to do this."
Right. Exactly, bro. Like, but they don't understand if you don't live that life, bro. It's kind of hard to. They think you out here just making excuses. Like, nah, man, things pop up, man.
They sure do pop up, boy.
Yeah, bro.
We trying to find the battle raps pay-per-views, man. Type of stuff be popping up.
Oh yeah. Yep. Wicked. That just be straight wicked, man. He said I was on Cool Math Games and Pinky Pop. My dudes walked in the room and choked me yellow. He said Pinky, not Pinky. Yo, not Pinky, bro. Shout out to Pinky, man. Shout out to Pinky, man. Pinky and Sky Black and Beauty Dior, boy.
I remember Cool Math Games. I used to rock with Cool Math Games.
And Pinky popped up. That's tough.
I remember Cool Math Games, bro.
It's tough, bro.
Yo, I don't know if I believe that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know about that one, but hey, I ain't gonna question it.
Nah, ain't gonna Pinky popped up. He had it tabbed over.
You feel me? Had that incognito joint.
Even the algorithm done pop that out, bro.
You feel me? Cool Math? Gosh dang, bro, you a freak.
You know, Cool Math, bro. They wouldn't pop up for that.
That boy a freak. He said, y'all know Kovalev got to fight this. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be his final fight. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really interested in Sergey Kovalev, to be honest.
I didn't know he was still a fighter.
Yeah, he's supposed to have his final fight on Friday. And he says it's not because he can't
fight
anymore.
His final fight?
Yeah, it's not because he can't fight anymore. It's just because it's been hard for him to get fights. Bitch, you 50.
You old.
Right.
You done.
Right. What the hell? That's all he's saying.
Yeah, what does somebody get out of fighting you and winning?
Exactly.
That ain't the crusher.
Yeah, right. So that's what he said.
They ducking me. No, they just don't want to fight you.
Exactly. I ain't even know how to work though. I was asleep. But yeah. Kovalev fights Friday. Yep. I heard about that, man. But yeah, man, I'm about to go get some food, man. Your boy hungry, man. So I appreciate y'all chopping it up though, for real. And like I said, y'all
be easy, man.
Y'all can stay in the Discord. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all can stay in there and all that stuff. I'm just gonna go get some food. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, go take water bill.
Hey, Oscar gotta find that tape.
I'm telling you. Hey, man, y'all gotta chill out, bro. Get off my boy Oscar, man. Don't do my boy like that, man.
I gotta go find that
he
tape.
said you gotta go find that tape, boy.
Hey, if you want to watch the tape, you gotta join the Discord, man.
Join the Discord to watch the tape. Yeah, y'all join the Discord though, man. Join the Discord, man. We chop it up like this all the time, man. Shout out to the fellas that's joining me. Shout out to Tufo. He says, I just seen a notification on YouTube's like, what the hell? Bro, I promise you, I know that YouTube's sloughing on my notifications because I'm
telling you, bro.
Yeah,
never get them.
Yeah, I know. That's why I appreciate everybody that show up on time because I know y'all don't get them because I don't get them because I also have it on because sometimes I listen to my channel on the playback, right? So I can hear stuff and they don't send my notifications out either. So I don't know what YouTube got against me or somebody working on the algorithm don't like my channel or what. But yeah, I know my notifications don't go out. I don't know how to fix
Doc.
it. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, you ain't get that message I sent you on Discord? I sent you a video.
Hey, yo.
I sent you a video of
not the Oscar
I sent you a video of it was a skinny dude. They was at a workplace or whatever. It was a big motherfucker started fighting him, and he fucked them up. And I was like, "That's when we was talking about weight classes." It was like last week. We talking about weight classes. I was like, "Yo, weight classes still mean something." It was a big motherfucker. It was a joke though. It was a big motherfucker.
You dropped it on you sent it to me in a direct message or it was in the server?
I know I sent it. I went to the Discord and I sent it into Chillins and something else. This is my first time doing it, so I'm trying to see if you got it.
Oh, he probably sent us
Yeah,
to the anime.
yeah, it's probably one of the different. Yeah, one of the different
He
channels.
probably went in different. Oh, let me see.
Yeah, I'm trying to look
You
at.
said
it
you put
now.
it in which one?
He don't remember.
I think I know when I got to the part where they said they had like you got like 6 different places you could send it, like 6 different It came up with like 6 check boxes, and I put the one chilling in the top one, like the one that I knew.
Okay.
Chilling. You talking about chilling in
yeah,
live?
that's the voice channel, the chilling
That's
one.
a voice channel. He put in a damn voice channel.
Okay, like for I just seen
My
Oscar.
bad.
I just saw that Oscar put recommendation. This is on the 3rd of freaking 2024, but he put it in anime, so I didn't see this one until now. So yeah, if you put in the wrong one, then I might not see it.
So which one I got to put in? Which one?
You put it in anyone, but Dr. Boxer Talk general. Put it in general, or if it's like something you want me to watch, recommendations. I'm trying to see what you said. I can't even find it.
He said chill. He said he put it in the voice chat. I don't know if you're gonna be able to look at it at all.
Yeah, on my end when
okay.
You know, when I went to it, you know, you on your phone and shit. I went to it when I went to send. I went to Discord and I seen it. It came up, but when it came up with like 6 different check boxes.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel
like,
like,
it was like
you
6
good.
different
I see
forms,
what you're
like,
saying. I'm just trying to see which one so I can tell you which one. I don't see it. And like you said, if you put in chilling lines, and I want to see it, maybe
yeah, I probably put it in the but I
it's all good.
I see it. I go back and check it and see it because it's in my phone somewhere.
Bet.
All right,
it's one of those funny names though. All right, keep it safe, yo.
Yeah. You put it in like if I definitely see it if you put it in like general or recommendations or under Dr. Boxing Talk though, because sometimes I don't look at like the ones under Patreon Hub or Gaming Hub or Anime Hub.
All right, bet. I got
yes,
you.
Sir. All right, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
I'm gonna see if I find that movie.
Yeah, go ahead see if you find it, Oscar. You know what I'm talking about? Have fun, man.
Yeah, I'll be easy.
All right, come on.
I know
all
where to
right,
find mine at.
That's crazy, bro. Y'all chill on y'all forearms, man. Y'all chill on y'all forearms, man. It ain't forearm day, man. Y'all be easy, man. God bless y'all. Yes, sir, man. Shout out to my guy Oscar, man. Shout out to King Oscar. Shout out to King Oster. Shout out to King Ty. Shout out to King Clone, man. Appreciate them joining the Discord, man. Shout out to everybody coming through, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to y'all, man. We putting in that work, man. Shout out to you two for hating on you, boy. That's why when we make it, you know what I'm saying? When we make it, all the bad ones gonna get naked. You know what I'm talking about? When we make it, we gonna make them all get naked because, you know, they still hating on us, but it's okay. Because I don't get why my notifications don't go out either, man. But y'all, that's why I try to make sure I go live on a set schedule. I'll put my schedule there, and please join the Discord because the Discord will put out the notification when I go live, so you have no excuse not to see it. That's the reason why I don't be tripping, because, you know, I make sure the Discord puts my notifications out when I go live, and so even when YouTube doesn't do it, so that's why you gotta join the Discord, man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely make the appropriate adjustments to supplement for the lack of love I'm getting on YouTube. But, you know, y'all got to keep liking the videos, keep recommending the videos, keep suggesting the videos, you know what I'm saying? Keep retweeting it or tweet it out in the first place, you know? So I appreciate that love, man. We got to work extra hard, but that's okay, because once we get it, they can't take it from us, you know? He said, you was hustling backward. Yeah, bro, they be hating on me, man. But, yo, shout out to everybody that showed love on the super chat today, man. You know, we got some love from my boy Garden Snake Mentality, you know, with the $2. Shout out to Oscar with the $10. Shout out to Candy Slim with the $2. Shout out to Clone for the $5. Shout out to Garden Snake Mentality for $2 again. Shout out to Ty for the $10, man. Appreciate the love, man. Y'all don't forget to smack that like button and consider becoming a member if you haven't done so already, man. Shout out to all the members, man. You can always become a member and keep us going and growing. All it takes is $3 a month, man. You know what I'm saying? Not much. $3 a month, that's not much, but it goes a long way to help us. And you can do more or less. But what you absolutely can do, you know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, it's cool. You can subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, turn on so you can get notifications as well. And definitely hit that like button. All that is free, man. But most importantly, even more important than all that, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Oh, shout out to my guy, Oscar Perez, with a $5 sticker, man, right at the buzzer. You know what I'm saying? Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir. I'm out, man. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.